Okay, so this is our first session of the Curse of Strahd. It's going to be kind of fun. It's going to be different. Some of the main points of the campaign are going to be it's really successful when the main mechanics of the campaign can work, which are going to be it's going to let fear a little bit. And so there are going to be ways, there are going to be lots of situations that you may be overpowered, you might be a little creeped out, but I promise I'll keep you on track. I won't let you just kill yourself. With that said, there are going to be some situations where you should run. You're not supposed to just fight everything to the death.
We'll see about that.
Okay?
I feel like that needs to be said. But I feel like all of us in this group have went to judge. Like, no,
we're ready to get
Don't
friends.
fight the failures.
Yeah,
And
okay.
I will do my best. If I see you're getting yourself into a situation that is dangerous, I'll let you guys know.
Are you sure? You want to do that?
Just kill us, man.
The campaign itself, there are certain areas that are scaled to higher levels, so don't let that deter you from exploring. I'll let you know if something with like warning signs and things like that if something is a little beyond your abilities.
Yeah.
Now, we are kind of doing a little bit of trade-off. Since this is a homebrew campaign, we're not going to have total freedom, so we are going to kind of have to stay within the confines of the published material, but we're going to wing a lot of it. So we'll kind of piece it together, but we are kind of trading off a little bit of that pure open world freedom for a really great story.
Yeah.
So as long as we're all on the same page there.
Sounds cool. I don't think I've ever done a campaign
Yeah.
that has been really successful. I wouldn't know.
Okay.
Because the story that Mike writes is so good, you can't tell the difference.
um,
Have I ever played with you DMing?
yeah, I did. I think I did one with James co-DMing, and I don't know if anyone else, any other ones. I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. So, a glass of water for a start.
Alright.
I got my cake.
You ready? You're super ready.
Boy, ready?
Alright. So, our story starts in the city of Waterdeep. You all belong to a group called the Strahd, a criminal organization that works primarily on a per-contract basis. If someone needs an item recovered, or some evidence planted, or someone dealt with, the Strahd are the ones to contact. Right now, it's late at night, and you, Hope, are on your way back from home, to the home that you share with a group of other members of the Strahd. As you walk through the small cobblestone alleyways, you notice the ground is slick with moisture from the heavy, wet air. Moonlight reflects like stars from hundreds of tiny puddles below your feet. For most of the people in Waterdeep, this is a welcome break from the usually hot and muggy summer nights. But for you, your heart grows heavy with sorrow. You're reminded of the cold, foggy night, much like this one, many moons ago, when your son was taken from you. That was 20 years ago. You snap back to reality and continue to weave your way through the dark streets until you reach the rundown building you call home. Your colleagues, Mozark and Morin, are outside, walking down the street towards you. And Mozark and Morin, what have you just come back from doing?
Scouting locations. I will be taking some stuff that I needed.
Is it the evening? Is it
It's nighttime, yeah.
nighttime?
It's nighttime, and you can see there's like a misty fog in the air,
Misty fog in the air.
which is unusual for summertime.
More, Mo, can you help me carry some of these things that for my stall that I brought downtown? Like,
Yep.
kind of struggling
you.
here.
No, I'm
Yeah.
here, lass.
Hand them some of my materials that I have to set up my stall
Okay.
downtown.
So the outside of the building is kind of a rundown, like nondescript building. It's kind of in the middle of like a dark alleyway. So kind of weave your way through the streets to get to your home. Hope has walked up and met up with the character with her colleagues. She hands some things over to Warren. And Mo, are you just kind of tag along? You coming back from preset scouting locations, things like that? Okay, so needless to say, it's been a long day. And Hope, you're kind of feeling a little sad because the sight of the fog reminds you of that night when your son was taken away from you.
I feel like I can tell that she's a little sad. I'm going to give her a hug.
I think you can. Okay.
Oh no, my sweet mom. Thank you. It's been a hard day.
So you guys are kind of outside enjoying the cool weather. When just then you hear a thundering boom come from inside your house. And you see from the window in the front just blinding bright light kind of shoot out from the window, illuminating the alleyway that you're all three of you are in currently.
Well, that didn't look normal.
Really glad we weren't in there.
Oh my gosh, we should go see if anything's wrong. If we can help anyone that's in there.
And,
Is anybody home?
Yeah.
How far away are we from the house?
You're about 5 feet in front of the door.
Oh, shit.
So you
I
feel-
want to go in.
I'm putting the stuff down on the ground that I'm carrying.
My
Yeah,
stuff's
we
in
can
there.
leave this here.
I want to look in the window.
Okay,
I don't know how high up the window is, so I'm a
so
door.
the window in front of the building is probably about maybe 4 feet up,
Okay.
right? So you can kind of undertake your toes, or maybe even just standing flat.
Okay.
Just peek over.
I take Maureen and I lift him up. What do you see?
Put me down!
Okay, so you pick him up, and you're kind of holding him up, giving him a little boost.
I don't
Yeah.
like being lifted.
What do you see, Maureen?
Good to know. Noted.
What you see is a somewhat familiar sight. You see two of your colleagues, Ivan and Martha, in a heated magical duel. You see, Ivan has summoned Ivan has summoned a huge fire elemental that's currently charging at Martha, and Martha has a giant rain cloud over the fire elemental, putting the fire elemental out.
Oh, it's those two idiots again.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought something was actually wrong.
And the thundering continues. They're in a heated duel. And just then, the door busts open, and you see another one of your colleagues run out. And this is Henry. You recognize him as Henry. And he says, "They're trying to get us caught! I tell you, those two won't listen to reason!"
All right. So I want to burst through the door and say, "Hey, cut it out!"
So they are so... Okay, actually, do you want to try to do a check on that?
Do it.
Some kind of persuasion check?
Are you intimidating them? or are you...
No, I think I'd rather intimidate them.
You
I
wanna
think I want to give my big daddy voice.
Intimidation?
Of all the words, dude.
Big daddy voice.
Interesting. Big daddy
All right,
voice. All right.
Big daddy voice.
Oh,
I'm a dwarf, so I imagine I'm older than a lot of people. I don't know.
Okay,
Experience.
young relative to other
so
dwarves.
you're going to roll intimidation check now.
Yeah.
Against his, I'm going to say concentration. Just so.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
That's a 14 total.
So he seems to catch you in the peripheral of his eye, but he's so focused on fighting Martha that it doesn't make a difference.
I would like to cast what is it?
Thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturgy
Uh-huh.
to make my voice be really loud and go, "Stop right now!"
Okay, so then go ahead and roll a check for that. What do we roll? I would say roll intimidation, but I'll give you your proficiency on that.
So
We're
plus
gonna
2.
kinda- Oh, by the way, we're going to have to roll a lot of the rolls, kind of whatever seems appropriate for the situation. It might not be 100% by the book.
Okay,
So,
so you want me to
sure.
roll proficiency? Yeah. Okay, it was 8 plus 3, 11.
11? And you're yelling this to the room?
Yeah.
Okay, so you distract them enough that Martha's rain cloud kind of dissipates, but Ivan is so heated on this situation that his fire elemental starts growing back in size. But Martha has taken her eyes off of the fight to kind of look at you.
Okay.
And she goes, "He started it! That guy's a cheater! I swear he cheats!"
I'm going to tackle him and just kind of break his concentration physically.
Okay. So I'll have you roll a check for that. Go ahead and roll acrobatics on that.
For the 20?
Stupid Ivan.
Roll 20.
Cheaty bastard.
11. So you are able to nudge him and break his concentration. So this fire elemental is kind of just standing there, no longer attacking, but in the middle of the room. And you do notice that the feet of the fire elemental, it's a kind of humanoid shape. It's kind of starting to char the rug a little bit and start to catch on fire.
That's a problem.
Yeah. So, but now you have Ivan on the ground, or you've nudged him. You haven't tackled him, but you've been able to nudge him, break his concentration, and it seems like the fight is starting to kind of de-escalate. And he goes, why are you attacking me for? She's the one who attacked me first. She says I'm a cheater.
Well, are you?
Well, I mean, I am an opportunist. I'm not going to say no to an easy out, right?
Okay. You got him.
And then Henry walks in. He came back in. And so Henry from outside walks in and says, it started off like any other night. The two of them were just playing cards like usual. Then out of nowhere, Martha starts yelling, "You cheater!" She jumps up and she starts attacking him, and then Ivan has to kind of respond to that.
Okay.
So, but you start to see now that the fire elemental is starting to kind of dwindle down and go stop now. So the only things left of this altercation are the charred rug and kind of scratches on the floor and a massive puddle from the rain cloud in the living room.
I want to grab Ivan and say, "Look what you've done to my rug!"
And he says, "Your rug? This is the Shroud's house. Did you pay for this? Where did you get this rug?"
I really like that rug, I'll have you know.
And he says, "Well, I apologize, but it won't happen again. It was a momentary lapse of reasoning."
And then I go from looking to Ivan to looking at Martha and going, "You know this motherfucker cheats. Quit playing with him."
I'm going to ban this game from the house. I don't think this is allowed.
You guys can't handle those children.
Not unless they're being supervised.
Yeah.
And then Henry walks in and he goes, "I agree. I like the idea of banning this game. You know, we've gotten in enough trouble with the boss as it is. We don't need you guys attracting any more attention to us."
That's a good point.
You cheated, bitch. Don't try and deflect the blame.
No. Henry's innocent bystander.
Oh, Henry, sorry.
He's the one who's like, "I'm just trying to be calm here."
Yes, Henry, you've got a point. Sorry. So this guy was trying to, deflect. Yeah, guys, we really shouldn't be playing this game. I've got a bad habit.
Okay.
Sorry, Henry. Sorry.
Alright, so everybody's kind of calming down. The mood of the room is settling. And there's a knock at the door. 3 boom, boom, boom knocks at the door.
What time is it?
It's probably about 10 o'clock by now.
Okay.
I go, "Shh! Quiet, keep down."
And Henry, from his vantage point, looks outside and says, "Hey! Shh! It's the boss!
No, shit.
You should have stopped when I told you." So
here we go.
With still what is it called again?
Thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturgy still going. Who's coming?
and everyone around you says, "Shh! Turn it off, turn it off." Sorry. So, the boss is still waiting at the door. He hasn't let himself in.
I think we look at each other like, who's the hell, right?
Okay, I'll do it. Me and the boss get along. So I'll walk up to the door.
Okay.
Okay. Hello, sir.
What you see is a very stern man standing there. He has an eye patch and kind of a scarf over his mouth. He pulls the scarf down, and it's not much better. You see the same kind of stark, emotionless, serious face that you've come to know from the boss.
The boss.
He looks down at the charred floor in the living room, looks around at the soggy rug, and he just shakes his head and sighs. And he points and says, "Hope, Morin, Mozark," outside.
Okay.
Do you follow?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the four of you kind of walk outside, and he closes the door behind you. And he says to you, "Well, there's no good way to say this. You're getting transferred. You're leaving tonight. I know it's sudden, but that's business. Be at the city gates in an hour."
Is this about the rug? Because that was totally not our fault.
I can guess another one.
The three of you are three of my best. I know it would have been you.
Oh, okay.
I assumed it was Ivan and Martha in some stupid game. Who knows?
Alright, so what do you want us to do, boss?
I want you to be at the city gates in 1 hour. You're going to be meeting the man who's going to take you to your new post.
I mean, I've worked so many years setting up shop here, getting my business going, and now I've got to start from scratch.
Such is the way in this business. I don't know how better to say this, but a man came through town, and he had a lot of gold. He came with a big coin purse, and in this business, money talks.
Okay.
Is it in the same city?
I don't know.
Well, girl,
Do you know where we're going to be going?
He had a lot of money. You don't ask questions when somebody offers you 500 gold for a contract.
Did you get a piece of this gold already, sir?
I got all of the gold.
I've got all my shop stuff here. If we're going someplace else, not doing anyone any good.
Mhm.
So,
What would you like to do with your possessions?
I mean, if I had some way to take them, but I don't know how far we're going to be going. I don't know if I can carry it, if we can guarantee some sort of stable or, horse and carriage. I'd also be willing to sell it to you if, you want to take up the business.
He kind of hangs his shoulders a little bit, relaxes, and says, first, roll a persuasion check, actually.
Persuasion is 4, so that's 18.
Okay. So his demeanor changes. He's no longer serious. He kind of relaxes a little bit. He says, "You know what? You've been a good employee of mine.
I agree with you.
I would be willing to see that your remaining wares are properly sold or distributed to the proper people, and I'd be willing to give you some of the portion of the contract money.
Yeah, how much?
I can do 100 gold.
Have you seen some of the items that I carry? They're worth quite a deal more than that.
He says, "I have seen what you've stolen, or what you have in your inventory. I've already given you a little bit, so don't push it."
100 gold, that's fine. Thank you.
You're welcome. Says the boss.
You've been a good boss. Thank you. Always reasonable, looking out for your employees. Thank you, boss.
And,
All right.
in fact,
Lauren, Mo, any other qualms?
No.
Let's just
Alrighty.
make this over with.
yes.
Always.
It's okay, Warren.
He does offer one last little condolences or consolation, I suppose. He says, "I am sorry. I know it's sudden, but the contract is only 12 months. After 12 months, you'll be free. You can come back, and you always have a job here."
12 months.
Well,
Alright.
alright, that's not so bad.
Okay.
So the boss puts the scarf back over his face and quickly turns around, and you see him kind of vanish in the winding alleyways around the home.
And then I take 10 gold and I give it to Warren. I take 10 gold and I give it to Mo and I go, "Here you go."
Oh, how generous of you.
Did you see that really cool, staff I had? That was worth easily a little bit of money.
I'm not a customer.
I'll have to get another.
Alright, so we're meeting someone who? Who? Where?
City.
You're meeting
City
a mysterious man.
Alright.
In an hour. So you have an hour to do whatever you'd like, but he is expecting you at the city gates in 1 hour.
What is in the city?
It's a big, kind of developed city. There's a harbor and like docks for incoming shipments. The area that you live in is small, narrow alleyways. So not a lot around you immediately, but you kind of like it that way because you're living a life of crime. You don't want to be in the big, busy sectors.
Yeah.
But there are tourist areas where people go find restaurants, taverns, places to drink. Applebee's. Yes.
That was a tavern. It's called Applebee's. Well, I don't feel like I need anything before we go, but
I need a small bag, a little that I can fit in my pockets. That's really all I need. I'm confident I can get what I need wherever we go. A couple of personal items.
Okay.
No hygiene products, but personal items.
You don't need those.
Okay. And
I do have a gold flask.
If only I had prestidigitation. Prestidigitation. It's impossible to pronounce. I just like cleaning up real good.
Oh, there we go.
But I don't have it, so.
Okay. We'll get that at some point.
Maybe I'll get that solid eventually. Okay. I'm ready to meet this Warren.
Well, we've got an hour. How about a pint?
I'm down.
I'm always down for a pint. Yeah.
okay. Now you do know there's a kind of shady bar that a lot of your coworkers and other people of the night, so to speak.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Not those people of the night, but other people of the night will go and frequent. It's a shady place, but you have rapport there, so you're probably not going to get bothered.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So we're on
Let's go that one.
I don't drink publicly. I only drink from my class. But I'll go with you.
Okay. So we walk into, what was it called?
You walk down the street, and because of your knowledge of the city, and you've been there a while, what looks like an average plain building. There's no markings, there's no sound coming from the side, there's no light coming through the windows. All you see is a plain wooden door on the side of the building.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys know the secret knock, so you knock. The secret knock. It opens up, and through some kind of magic or who knows what. You walk in, and it's a lively tavern inside, but it's masked from the outside.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's nondescript, blends in from the outside, but you know the secret. So you go in, and you immediately see a bar on your left. There's a barkeep there, and
I walk up to the barkeep and I said, I would like 3 glasses of your finest. One for my friend Warren, one for my friend Mo, and one for me.
And he looks up from kind of cleaning out the glasses. He sees you approach, and he says, I know that voice. He looks up and says, oh, yes, of course. 3 glasses of ale for you and your friends.
Thank you, person I remember.
Yeah. Steve.
Steve, it's great to see you. How's your mother?
She died 10 years ago. You know that.
Fuck. Yes, I did. I'm sorry. I'm an idiot.
I'm just kidding. No, she's
She's
great.
like, oh,
She's
okay.
good. Yeah, she's fine.
Don't scare me like that, Steve.
It's okay. He looks at me and he says, so, how are you doing tonight? I know the fog is kind of, brings back some memories for you.
It's going okay. Thank you for asking. I always appreciate it.
He says, well, any nightmares or anything lately? Sorry, let me rephrase that. I had come up with the idea that
I'm gonna go sit next to her.
even though your son had been kidnapped 20 years ago, you're still kind of haunted by that memory, and you do often have nightmares. Or nightmares or dreams of your son. If you're okay with that, adding to that.
Yeah, I was totally just about to roll with it. Yeah. I don't want to talk about it right now.
He says, understood. And he kind of grabs 3 pints of ale and he hands it to you. He says, you're welcome here anytime. Stay as long as you like.
Thank you, Steve. And then I hand him 1 gold piece.
He goes, 1 gold piece. He goes, that is very generous. He goes, I was going to charge you 12 copper, but would you like to change?
Steve, keep the change. Don't fucking ask me about my nightmares anymore. Cheers!
I snatch the glass of ale and I down it as quick as I can.
And Steve takes note of this, and he pours you another one and hands it on the table just for you. He kind of like
Thank you.
flags you over.
Attaboy, Steve. Attaboy.
I mean, Hope just gave him a gold. That would buy probably 30 or 40 beers.
Drinks for the night.
Are we getting drunk before we go on this class?
I'm gonna join a poker or like some sort of gambling game of people that I kind of know.
Okay, no, you do.
So I just kind of sit down and I'm already in it.
Hopefully this one goes a little bit better than the one at home.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'm excited.
We'll see what happens.
Okay, so you do notice that there's 3 people sitting at a table.
Wait, did you take your drink?
Yes.
Are you drinking it as you walk over?
Sure.
All right.
Yes.
I take a second drink, which Steve has poured for me, and I follow her to watch her game. But like from a distance.
Okay.
I want to watch her game.
So as you walk over, you see a table with 6 chairs around it. 8 chairs around it, and there's 3 people sitting down. So there's 5 empty chairs at this table.
Okay.
You see 3 people kind of sitting all next to each other. And the person, as you walk up, the people at the table take notice of you. And do you want to sit down?
Yeah.
Okay. So you sit down, and the person you sit down next to says, No. Don't sit down next to me. No. Because I'm on a hot streak. Do not sit here. This chair has to be empty.
Okay.
So you move over to the next chair. Okay. So I'm going to make it quick, very simple for you. I'm going to kind of not combat, but I'm going to challenge. We're going to challenge each other. So you're going to roll a d20, and I'm going to roll a d20. And, okay, so what kind of game do you want to play? Because they're playing cards. You're okay with playing cards?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. So the game itself, I don't know the actual rules, just to be upfront with you. But we're going to roll 2 d20s. If you match my roll or get better, you double whatever you bet.
Okay.
Okay, so how much do you want to wager on this game?
The gold that she gave me.
I want to make my way behind the person she's playing against. And I
Yeah.
want to I want to be able to see his cards.
Okay.
So I know I'm going to have to do probably a perception.
Actually, I'm going to have you kind of roll a stealth check
Okay.
to see how slyly you can sneak behind.
Okay. Hold on.
Not great.
Not great. Yeah, not great. 9.
Okay. So, despite your best efforts, you walk up behind the guy and kind of like looks at you over his shoulder, and then he gets back to the game, kind of comes a little closer.
I give him a kissy face. I go.
Oh, do you want to stay there hovering over him, or do you want to kind of...
No, I'll walk back on over and I'll look over and I'll be like.
Okay, so... 18.
14.
So, unfortunately, you lose your 10 gold.
I'll get it back over.
Alright. Do you want to ask anyone to see if you can get any more to maybe wager on this game?
What do you mean?
You can, because you can win back your money if you want.
I was just, okay. No, I'm okay then.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no.
Okay.
I'll sponsor you if you want to play
It's
one
okay.
more round.
Yeah.
And I go,
Oh, yeah, well, how much?
how much did she bet the first time?
10.
10?
But you can bet a minimum of 1.
Okay. Do you want to?
Good 5.
5? Okay. So I give her 5. And then I try and sneak behind the fellow again.
Okay.
Okay. I rolled even worse! I got a 5.
8. So you win your gold back.
Okay.
Or at least 5 of it.
I'm not a sneaky.
Alright.
Plus I roll shitty all the time. I need to use this thing.
Alright, so the guy that just took some of your money kind of packs up his winnings, puts it in his coin purse, and puts it on his side, kind of walks away.
I like to give him a handshake, but I want to see if I can pickpocket him.
Okay. So roll a sleight of hand check.
I
I'm
don't
gonna sneeze really loudly to get his attention.
Yeah.
So like give her an
Okay. Alright, so let's see. I'm gonna have you roll a performance check.
Okay.
So what am I rolling?
Sleight of hand.
Performance,
That's
you
five.
said?
So I roll
Yes.
plus a natural. 7 plus 5.
12.
12? Okay, so roll a second d20, because she rolled well enough, you get advantage on that roll.
I'm distracted.
12.
You are able to pickpocket it.
Yay!
Half that.
And in addition to the 5 gold that he had of yours, you also notice there's an extra 30 gold in there.
Fuck yeah,
For
there is.
his winnings for the night.
Alright.
Dang.
Alright. Good job.
So there's I got 35 altogether.
Yes, 35 altogether.
I think it's allergy season or something, you guys. I don't know. And then I like wipe my boogers on the person she just stole from.
So he kind of leaves and he's walking away. There's now 2 people left at the table, 6 open chairs, or actually Mo is still at the table. So there's 3 or 5.
Yes,
open chairs.
I think we play like that friendly game of just like drinking.
Okay.
We're just kind of waiting to see. Waiting for an hour since we didn't got much to move.
All right.
Is that?
Yeah.
So because of your generous payment for the ale, the bartender just kind of, or bar wench, keeps coming around and just refilling your glasses.
That's rude.
Nice. You figure, is it one of those, like, if you're gonna go, if you have to leave, you're gonna go out with a bang? Is it
Yeah. I mean, I'm getting as drunk as a dwarf can in an hour.
Oh, dear.
I mean, dwarves probably
Yeah,
have pretty high
sounds-
alcohol tolerance.
not very drunk.
Yeah. I'm doing my best, though.
Doing your best, okay.
Yeah.
So, alright, so you're doing your best to get drunk.
I'll share my flask with you. I don't know what's in it,
You know?
but it's sufficient.
Okay.
I'll share it with them.
Sure.
As like a cheers to a new adventure that we're going on.
Alright.
Cheers.
Cheers.
So you're all gonna take a shot with each other?
Yeah.
Okay. So you wrap up, you're in the tavern, you're cordial with each other, friendly, you're not playing to win or playing to lose, you're just having a good time. At least for the next 40 minutes or so, getting as drunk as you can, and cheering, and
Huzzahing.
all of those.
Huzzah.
Okay.
Does anyone want to drink?
Oh.
Does anyone want a beer?
No, thank you.
I want to, like, as I'm drinking, I want to, like, use prestidigitation and, like, kind of, like, grab my glass and, like, make it get, like, extra cold and frosty.
Cool.
And, like, just kind of show off to people, like, and, like, kind of,
so-
like, do it to a couple people's glasses, like,
Yeah, they've seen that trick before,
Yeah.
so because you do that every time.
Yeah.
So you do get really like
But I'm
wasted and just do
I'm,
the
like,
same
I'm,
trick.
like, really impressed with myself anyways.
You're like he's
Like-
doing it again.
And so they kind of like, they roll their eyes, and not roll their eyes, they're not like annoyed by it, but they're just kind of like, oh yeah,
So
cool.
that's your drunk
No,
trick.
Lauren.
Thanks.
Yeah.
What's your drunk
But-
trick, Hope?
One of the,
Do you have a drunk trick? I think mine's like twirling coins like through my fingers.
nice.
But I'm only really good at it if I'm drunk. Surprisingly.
I don't know. That's a good question. I'm gonna have to think on that.
I don't
My drunk trick.
Yeah.
My drunk trick.
Knock knock jokes.
I know. I really good knock jokes.
It's the best.
I got one.
knock jokes.
Okay. Knock.
Who's there?
Dwayne.
Dwayne who?
Dwayne the bathtub. I'm Dwayne. But
Oh, I'm impressed.
That was pretty good.
That was good.
That was
That
pretty
made my day.
good. So
I didn't make that one up.
You didn't, Ariel?
No,
Or
I didn't.
that's
Shh. But if anyone asks, I did. Okay.
okay.
for life. That
Got
is your joke.
I made that one up on my own, you guys.
I like that
You know, I got a lot of time to think about knock jokes.
one.
So as you're making cups cold, glasses chill,
Yeah.
cold.
Again.
People from across again. A couple people from across the tavern kind of catch this, and they're like, "Oh, Lauren's doing the thing again. Come on, my beer's a little warm. You want to come chill mine up a little bit?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're making your way around the tavern, just kind of chilling
Glasses.
everyone's beers,
Yeah.
having a good time.
Okay.
And the hour is just about up.
Alright. So we head over.
Yeah.
Pretty late, so it's
And I give, like, one last toast to the tavern, like, all right, lads, see you in a year.
and everyone huzzahs us.
Okay, so I'm assuming then in the
Are we well liked in like I mean at least within that community that would be in that pub?
In that pub, yes. In
Okay.
that circle, yes. They're all
I'll take that.
they're all people who
I'm giving everyone hugs and saying, "Oh, I miss you so much." And then, you know,
everyone's
as it is.
everyone's a little sad to see you go. To be honest. So
I don't let my
and
emotions get to me, so I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
Do you like touching? Do you like hugging?
Yeah, I don't see why not. If it's easier to steal shit from people, I imagine I would love it.
Okay. So the hour's up. You kind of make your way to the front door of the tavern and out into the alleys. And as you get about 10 feet away from the tavern, you hear someone yell from inside. Actually, it's magical. So as you're leaving, just before you leave, I hear somebody
Through the door.
Through the door, right? You're still in the tavern technically.
Okay.
You hear somebody yell from inside, "Where the hell is my gold pouch?"
It's time to run. Remember we talked about this? It's time to go.
One of you guys stole it from me!
I give Mo a help.
Mouse.
We should run.
It's time to go.
So you book it out of there, slam the door shut behind you,
Yes.
and I'm assuming briskly make your way through the streets.
I can travel twice as fast through cities, so I would say we just kind of
Okay, you lead the
So
way.
using your expertise,
Yeah.
your knowledge, you're
We
able to
cut
kind of
through.
take some side
Yeah.
streets, take some
I think I
shortcuts.
have, like,
Yeah.
Past the trace or something. Yeah, past
Yeah.
the trace. We get that.
Oh, there we go.
I mean-
Yeah, so we're good.
Okay.
I don't think that's
Spell
an
slot
issue.
though, so
Is it? Yeah. Okay. No, I'm sure we're fine.
It took him a long time, though. It's kind of his fault.
Okay. So as you're making your way around, you see the door kind of open and kind of peeks his head out and looks around and frowns a little bit and just shuts the door and goes back inside. Curse you! Curse you! You make your way safely out of the tavern, having stolen this guy's name. But other than that, everyone else is sad to see you go.
Besides him.
Alright, so as you make your way to the city gates, you see it's like a cobblestone road leading up to this big, grand, kind of metal gate that lifts up. It's already open. And you can see that the fog has grown thicker. It's a little bit worse than it was when you started the night. So it's grown thicker. In fact, you can barely see about even 20 feet in front of you. The fog is so thick.
unusual weather we're having, isn't it?
Yeah. Very unusual.
I'm going to give you inspiration for that, Ariel.
Hmm?
For that role playing inspiration.
What did she say? I missed it.
She acted sad because of the fog.
Oh.
Alright, so you make your way.
Almost to the gates, then.
You are. You're about 20 feet in front of the gates. You can see that you can barely make out the iron gate that's lifted already.
Very odd.
Okay.
And as you make your way through the gate, you kind of look around and at first you don't see anybody. But in the distance you can barely see the flickering of what appears to be a torch or a lantern. And it doesn't seem to be moving. Or at least it doesn't seem to be approaching you.
Does anyone want to do any kind of checks or anything? I don't know the lingo, but
Yeah, you could do like perception checks, but it's far off it's a light far off in the distance. It's not moving.
so it's on the harbor, or it's on like the dock, or where is the light?
The gate's actually to the dock. You're on the other side of the city, away from the harbor.
Yeah.
So you're actually
Oh.
it
It's
connects
like a
to
road,
it connects to a road that just
Got it.
ends up cutting through the forest. If you continue
Oh, I
and
see.
follow it along far enough. So that's the image you should see: is kind of a row of trees, a thick fog, and a dirt road leading forward. And in the distance, kind of along the dirt road, you see a faint torch or a lantern, some kind of flame.
The boss said to meet the fellow at the gate, but that light's really sparkly.
Maybe that's our man. Or
Yeah.
woman, I don't know. Hey Mo, why don't you go check it out?
I don't think I will. I don't think that's what I want to do.
Oh, alright.
Unless you want to give me some gold for it.
No. I think
Alright,
I'll
then.
keep my gold where it is.
Feel free to go.
I can bless you
I'll
before
give you
you
inspiration
go.
for that.
Why? Oh, okay.
Inspiration. So inspiration is if you roll, if you have inspiration, if you roll, you roll bad, you can re-roll that.
Okay.
You can use your inspiration point to re-roll.
Oh, okay.
Throughout the campaign, I'm going to award inspiration for role playing or anything that's epic or awesome that I think you guys deserve it. And it's kind of like a free roll. So you want to strive to get that inspiration because it's free rolling.
I can bless you with the power of Tamora.
That's super intriguing to me, so I might do it.
So it gives you. Hold on, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Is it a blessing of the trickster?
No, it's another
That's
bless.
specific.
Oh, I could do Blessing of the Trickster, which gives you advantages to stealth checks, I think is what it is, right?
That's okay. I'm not too
I need
scared, Leo.
Yeah, I can give you
Blessing
advantage on
I'll do
stealth
that then.
checks. Okay,
Yes, you
so
may-
I do a little pray to the god Tamora, and I bless Mo with advantage.
That works
to
for me. I'll do it.
stealth checks. Right, that's how it works.
Yeah.
Yep, and
Alright.
yeah, I have it right here.
Uh-huh.
You touch a willing creature other than yourself and give it advantage on dexterity stealth checks.
And then I touch you very affectionately right in the face. And I go, "You're blessed."
And it lasts for an hour.
The
You are blessed!
Be blessed.
power of Christ compels you.
The power of
Mora.
Tamora
Tamora
compels you.
compels.
So do I do anything?
So now it depends on what you want to do.
I wanna walk
You want to walk over?
I'm
Do you wanna-
blessed as fuck.
And you
Do
can
you
walk
wanna
over
be-
there stealthily so you're not detected.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Yeah. Okay. So go ahead and roll a stealth check then.
And then you
With
get a
advantage.
plus.
With advantage, you're gonna roll 2 of those.
Yeah.
That's
So roll it
11.
again, and you take
Roll
the
it
highest
All
number.
right, that works too.
And 12.
Plus 7 because you have double proficiency
Whoa.
in stealth checks.
Rogues
Yeah, plus
or
seven.
So you're gonna be the sneaky one in this campaign, it appears.
It's my job.
Uh-huh.
So you rolled a 19 total. That is good enough to you can get close. Now you're kind of off to the side of the trail. You're much closer, and you can get a better view of this person.
It's a person.
Yes, this person doesn't see you,
Oh, stealthy as fuck.
but contrary to the way that people are normally dressed where you're from, and especially the people who would hire criminals, this person is dressed in flowy clothes, colorful, with a big, wide-brimmed, kind of round hat. He has long, black, curly hair and a pointy goatee. And he's just standing there, kind of looking around.
Flowy, colorful, flowy like, robes or like gown or
Now,
like
think kind of like gypsy clothes,
okay, like fabrics.
like fabrics,
Got
yes,
it,
like
okay.
silks and kind of like
Ooh, I'm intrigued.
yes,
All right,
you know.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah. So that's what you see. And
All
he's
right,
just standing there
all right.
holding up like a lantern, kind of looking around, like trying to look for something.
Cool.
I'm kind of waiting to see if Mo gives a signal
Mm-hmm.
or anything like that. It's kind of like,
So he's like looking for somebody or something. This
Yes, he's
person.
looking around for something or someone. Oh, and sorry, he's not by himself. He's standing next to a wagon. I should have mentioned that.
Oh, okay.
He's standing next to a barrel top wagon. You know,
I
what a
can't see
barrel top
anything
wagon is?
inside the wagon.
You can't see anything inside.
Can I walk closer to the wagon? I want to see what type of stuff he has.
He's standing behind, kind of by the opening of the wagon.
Uh-huh.
So if you
Oh.
were to approach, even the best stealth
Yeah,
check,
yeah,
he'd be
yeah.
able to see you.
Okay. Is there so it's like a horse-drawn wagon?
Yes,
Okay.
horse-drawn wagon. It's a barrel top, so it's covered in like fabric. You know,
So
like,
horse. That's good. All right. Nothing
Yeah.
weird.
and from what you can tell, it doesn't look like a very extravagant wagon. It's pretty basic, but nothing out of the
Hmm.
ordinary.
Okay. Well, I want to. Is it foggy in this area still?
Yes, incredibly foggy. You can only see 15 or 20 feet in front of you.
With my, I don't want to say dagger in hand, but ready to
Mm-hmm.
at the ready.
Okay, you want to ready your dagger?
Yeah, I want to approach him
Okay.
and like ask who he is.
Do we see her approaching?
You can barely make out the silhouette in the distance. You can see kind of him walking up.
I imagine as she's walking towards the thing, like she's going out of our. Like, we can't see her approaching a man.
Right.
I mean, I want to do it in a way like I want to present
So-
myself to him now.
Okay. So hope.
Oh, look at her and go. Question
Well,
mark?
I want like we need a signgle for each other
that's what I'm
since
saying. I was waiting
we're not
for
very
you to
like
give a signal.
confrontational.
I go like a. Woo!
I go.
I don't know if she knows
I go,
what that means.
Caca.
What does
Back.
that mean?
That's the signal. Come on.
It means go?
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Hold on. One step at a time here.
All right.
So you see Mozart kind of fade off into the fog, approaching the lantern light,
Mhm.
right, or the fire that you see in the distance. You see the same thing. You see this man standing there. He doesn't look threatening to you. And as you walk up, he kind of looks at you and says, I thought there were 3 of you.
Who are you?
I suppose I should introduce myself. He says,
Good.
My name is Stanimir.
Okay. And you are...
Let's save that for later. He says kind of in a very, I don't know what the word I'm looking for.
Cryptic.
Cryptic?
Can we hear them talking from where we're at?
Not even like an echo.
No, they're talking relatively low
Okay.
from where they are.
Oh,
Where'd
I'm
you
going to
go?
send Amelia to come get them. So when you guys see Amelia, you guys know you guys can come get me.
Alright.
Okay, Amelia is your signal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good? We good?
Yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
And Amelia, actually, you can give Amelia simple commands. Amelia is kind of intelligent, so
She's very...
as much as like a dog would be, right?
Yes.
Smart.
So it's not like sitting there reading like textbooks,
No,
but like,
she's
but you can give simple commands. Also,
It's Amelia.
She's dazzling.
Do you think that's okay? That we?
I think
I think she's
So-
signaling for us to go that way.
Amelia walks up to you and kind of starts squeaking at you.
That's you.
Alright.
Yeah. So then, kind of like pointing this way.
I want to scoop it up and put it on my shoulder, and then kind of start walking that way.
Okay.
Yeah, please bring my rep back.
Stanimir continues.
Speak for me.
He says, I paid a lot of gold for you. And
What's his accent? Is it anything notable?
it sounds like something you haven't heard. It's not a regional dialect. It's not an accent from around here.
All right, cool.
Yes.
That's good. Okay, that's fine. All right, so are they with me now?
Yes, they've approached you.
Can I send Amelia to kind of? I want to say she's fairly. Is she stealthy as well? Like,
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. It's around.
Okay. Well, I know that's what I figured. So can
Rats
I kind
out
of
there,
send her to kind of go in through the wagon and just kind of like not like see things for me, but like get shit.
Assess
Her
if that's
stats were
danger.
there.
Yeah.
Shit. She's got stats.
So actually, yeah. So I'm
I
sending
need
more
friends.
handed Amelia back to you.
Oh, she was so cute. She's sparkly.
Chaotic
She was so
evil.
cute.
Amelia.
Amelia Dazzleworth, by the way. So
She lived up to her name. She was really cute.
Bites.
So as the two of you approach, and we'll get back to what Amelia finds in the wagon. So as the two of you approach, Stanimir looks and says, there are the 3 of you. Thank you. No, there's no time to waste. We must get going soon.
What do you look like? I'm sorry.
Yes, he's dressed in colorful, like silky fabrics. Think like gypsy clothing with like things draped over with like bells on it, and like a big round hat and long curly hair that's to his shoulders and a pointy goatee.
Stanimir?
Stanimir.
Okay.
Can you spell that for me?
Stanimir.
ST what?
Stanimir.
So clothes, beard. All right.
What's your rush, my man?
He says, perhaps we should get a little better acquainted down the road before we start talking about those details.
All right.
Well, right then.
So where are we going? Where do we need to be?
He says, trust that all will be revealed in time.
I don't say anything else. I just climb up into the
I
wagon.
like you, Stanimir.
So, Amelia,
If you go into the wagon,
before you get into the wagon, Amelia goes inside and comes out with a piece of cheese. And just like
distracted by food.
just eating the cheese.
All right, then I'm cool. That's fine.
I
Did
just
she
climb.
die or anything?
Yeah.
Did she like turn into anything else?
Didn't die, didn't turn into anything else.
I'll go in.
Stanimir seems like a man that would be very interested in destiny. So I'm okay with it. Let's go.
Okay.
All will be revealed in time. I love a cryptic man. Let's go.
It's cryptic. So, let's.
How are you doing? Morning.
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 Hey, Stanny boy, you got any ale around here?
And he says, I do not drink ale, but we do have wine.
Yeah, I'll help you.
He says, okay, it is in the back. Yes, perhaps you'd like to get in, and we can go on our journey.
Yeah, I've already climbed up into it at this point.
Yeah, if my Amelia is okay,
and
I'm
you
good.
trust that Amelia would find,
I do
like,
trust.
sniff out, like, explosives or anything.
Absolutely trust that.
So you get in, and he takes the helm, kind of outside the wagon, but the edge of the, like, kind of the clear part has an opening, so you can still see him kind of steering the wagon, but the three of you are in the back. The wagon, once you get inside, is just two wooden benches on both sides. And you see below the benches, there's like cubbies for like barrels and crates, traveling supplies, you would assume.
Cool.
So I would assume we're all going through those. I'm looking for anything valuable.
I am as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do notice some valuables. In one of them, there's like golden like goblets that are kind of jewel encrusted, things with different various trinkets and jewels. This gentleman is a very lavish man, so he has a lot of, like I said, a lot of things that kind of jingle as he walks. His shoes are like pointy and have like bells on the toes. He's a very extravagant man.
Well, I'm not going to take anything because I don't need anything at the moment.
Mhm.
I only take when I need stuff, so.
Okay.
I want to take something that he would not notice.
You wouldn't notice.
Like you said, there would be bells, like
Little
jewels.
trinkets.
So, like I want to like lift a jewel off of like a crown, or like not the whole crown. I just want to like
Okay.
take.
So let's see.
I collect teacups, though. Is there any teacups?
Teacups.
You said goblets, so
Yeah,
teacups.
Yes, there are some smaller goblets that you could use as a teacup. Would you
My
like
mom liked teacups.
I see her eyeing the goblets, but I'm kind of perceiving. I noticed.
Okay, you want to see like a jewel or something?
I want to like off one of the goblets. Maybe I want to like pick off one of the jewels.
Okay, so you do that. You see that one that has about 8 jewels around it. You're able to wedge your kind of knife in there and pop one off. Do you want to kind of put it back in a way that you hide the side that's facing that's showing the empty jewel?
Yeah, I put it back like very
Turn it around.
decoratively,
Mhm.
and just put it away from it, and then I admire my work too.
Okay. So Standemir kind of looks over his shoulder and he says, "You're welcome to take anything of value you see here."
Oh.
I see.
I wasn't thinking of doing such a thing, but since you offered,
He says, "Where we're going, valuables. You don't need any valuables."
I don't like the sound of that word.
That's a bit creepy, I guess.
Yes. I should warn you as well. The people you're going to meet do not take kindly to thieves like I do.
I'm not talking
That's
Who
all right.
said anything about me?
Full fact, bro.
The Strahd does nothing of the sort.
He says, "I know your type. I know who I'm going into business with. I am not a stupid man."
So, how long of a ride we got ahead of us?
He says, "Well, you're in for about 5 hours until we camp."
All right.
So
I didn't bring any food, friend.
He says, "Worry not, for I have brought everything we need to get to our destination."
I'll eat.
Alright, so after 5 hours of uneventful travel through the dark, misty woods along this dirt road, you find a nice kind of turnout that kind of a clearing in the trees with kind of a grassy bed. It's not very big, it's maybe 20 feet round.
I want to say me and Amelia napped. We were pretty
In
drunk.
the
Yeah.
wagon.
Oh, so
Yeah.
yes.
I'm gonna take a nap too.
Okay. So, when you short rest, Mozark and Morin, you guys are passed out. You guys are fine. Like, you guys are drunk and tired. You don't notice the 5-hour drive place. Hope, you are awoken by a strange vision that you have in the middle of the night. And usually, on nights like tonight, you have visions of your son. You dream of him. But this night, you dream of a shadowy figure at a table in front of, you can't really see what it is, but it looks like wizard supplies, like a crystal ball, various, like a potion, cauldron. It's all very fuzzy to you in your dream. You're not quite sure what it is. But there's a figure standing opposite the table from where your perspective is. And he has his head down, and he's gazing into this ball. And you don't see anything of his face. It's all covered in shadow from a big hood kind of over his face. That feeling kind of shakes you, and you wake up. And you see your two colleagues asleep on the wagon. But you did get enough rest for a short rest, so you feel rested, but it's just, you're kind of...
I really need to stop eating dairy products before we go to bed, guys.
Cheese.
Oh, this is
Amelia's cheese, man.
Cheese.
I gotta stop taking cheese from rats, let me tell you.
It'll fuck with you.
I have this dream, but I have not told them about it.
Okay.
Alright.
Alrighty. So you see Mozart and Morin are both still asleep, and at that point, Standemir kind of pulls up on the horse, and the wagon comes to a stop. And that's enough of a jolt to wake you guys up.
Amelia's not happy with that.
So Standemir jumps off of the wagon down, and you hear him kind of land in the dirt, and he walks over and kind of pulls open the wagon from the back. He says, "All right, we're going to camp here. This is the safest places ever. So I found a clearing over here. It's about 20 feet around. It's grass. We can camp there, and we should not be harmed."
Should not be.
Wait, are we here yet?
So it's like early morning
He
then?
says, "My friend, I'm sorry. We have another day's travel
Oh.
You said 5 hours.
to get to the camping spot."
Oh,
I'm so tired.
He says,
So I'm gonna get out, and honestly, I'm gonna start like making a camp. Like I like to be settled. I like to know my surroundings. Kind of just. Do we notice anything about the clearing or?
You notice that there's tall evergreen trees surrounding the clearing. The forest outside of Waterdeep is made up primarily of evergreen trees.
Okay.
So there's a clearing, not giant, it's not like redwoods or anything, it's just kind of like regular sized evergreen trees. But needless to say, the forest is kind of, if you look out, it's a very dense forest. But the actual leaf line, where the leaves start, is about 10 feet up. So in your direct vision, you just see the bases of the trees. So
I'd like to make a fire.
you'd like to make a fire. Okay, so in the middle of this kind of open grassy area in between the trees, you start setting up a fire. So you're going through, and there's plenty of wood around the floor to gather and kind of get it, put in the middle.
Okay.
Standemir starts setting up tents, camps. Kind of opening tents for all of you. He says, "I'm sorry, you guys are going to have to share a tent. I only brought 2 tents. But the one they gave for you is rather large."
I think I'm probably more comfortable sleeping outside. I guess it's a tree specifically.
Against the tree?
Yeah, like with something.
Says, "I am not your enemy. Yes. Do what you choose, whatever you're comfortable with." So you set up the fire. Are you guys? I mean, he says, he asks one of you actually. He says, "Hope. It's hope, right? Could you go in one of the crates that I have underneath the bench, and there should be some dried meats and cheese and vegetables that we can start to get something together."
I am on it. I will go to the carriage with her.
Okay.
No.
And then more on what we get to.
Morin's just kind of cranky right now, just waking up from a nap. I kind of want to like look around and like assess the area.
So at that point, Standemir walks up with a bottle of wine. He says, "Give me it. You asked for one."
Oh, there it is. Alright. So I kind of perk up a little bit and I say, okay.
So when you look around, you don't see anything out of the ordinary. Other than the eerie fog, it's still there. It hasn't gotten any worse than it was when you left Waterdeep,
Okay.
but it's still hard to see. So it's a foggy forest that you see around you. Other than that, you don't hear anything moving in the forest. You don't hear any like predators, like wolves, or anything howling in the distance. Nothing that would really kind of alert you or make you feel like there's any danger surrounding you.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and just start drinking out of the bottle, I guess.
Are you just gonna watch them while they Mo sets up a campfire and
So,
Philip starts fixing
I walk out like of the carriage and I like pop down all these supplies in front of Spenamir and I'm like, here you go, and I look over it.
I'm just leaning up against the carriage, taking sweets out of this bottle.
Okay.
Yes?
I
Oh,
didn't sleep well last night.
oh, I'm so sorry, dear. And I actually felt a little bit sympathetic because I'm assuming it's too much having nightmares about
I
her
want
death.
a drink.
Oh, here, by all means.
Thank you. And drink the rest of it.
Drink the whole thing?
Ah.
And you just a drop for Mel.
I'll take it.
Okay. Just enough in the
Yeah,
bottom.
smart Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
I have a problem.
So-
Let me help you with that problem.
Scanner notices this and he sees all this happening. He goes, you guys must be thirsty. Just, please, go in the wagon. There's plenty of wine. You can drink as much as you want.
That's alright. I don't like to drink too much before bed.
I didn't sleep well last night, so I won't take you up on that offer.
Okay.
Take another bottle.
Okay. 2 wells.
Yeah, let's go. Constitution saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay.
3 plus
12.
12 plus 1.
Why is this like
No,
the game
11
on? Yeah, 11 plus 1, 12.
Okay, so you roll a 12,
Yeah.
so you don't immediately pass out.
Okay.
But you are very drunk to the point where you're trying to like pick out like foods out of the crate, and you're like, is this an onion or an orange? I can't. What is this? So you're having trouble picking out the foods.
Which one do I eat, Stanimir?
And he says, just bring the whole thing out here.
Okay, and I
So
start.
your accent's getting.
I kind of pull a whole away and I say, "Little step aside." And I pick it up and pull the whole crate.
So Scanamir has set up like a little prep table outside the wagon. Just a basic cutting board. He's chopping up the vegetables that he's going to make for dinner, and there's some dried meats that he's kind of prepping to eat as well. So he's getting dinner together. By this point, the fire is going steadily, and there's on a cold, misty night like tonight, the fire is very welcoming to you. So it's a nice heat source for you guys. Let's see. So as of right now, you're still standing by the wagon, or you've already brought
I've brought the crate over to this Stanimir guy, and I want to say, so, tell us a little more about what we're doing.
He says, I suppose I should tell you a little bit about what we're doing here. So he says, but first we eat. So he gets everything together. By this point, it's all prepped. He kind of goes over the fire and cooks it, and it's all ready to go. So I'm assuming the 4 of you are now sitting around the campfire.
Yes.
All right, so you're all around the campfire, eating a good meal, and nothing seems weird about the food. Like you're not like poisoned or anything. That was on your mind.
That's good.
We did not check for poisons. Not a perceptive punch. But I'm sure it's fine. The boss wouldn't steer us in the wrong direction, I don't think.
Okay, and Stanimir walks over to you, Mo, and gives you a nice solid chunk of cheese. And he goes, for your right.
I'll take it. Thank you very much for this.
Okay. So, you guys are all sitting around the campfire, and he says, I suppose I should tell you a little bit more about myself, and what I'm doing here. So he takes a swig of wine, and he spits it into the fire, and immediately the fire goes from...
Don't waste it.
Immediately the fire turns from orange to an amazing bright green color, and the flames grow to almost bonfire proportions.
Wow.
And he says, the fire's kind of dancing around, and in the center of the fire, you see almost like a vision of a dark shape, or a figure start to take shape. And the dark shape takes the form of a man. And he says, we come from an ancient land, whose name is long forgotten, a land of kings. Our enemies forced us from our homes, and now we wander the lost roads. The dark shape in there, you can see now is kind of hunched over with a spear in its side. He continues, "One night, a wounded soldier staggered into our camp and collapsed. We nursed his terrible injury and quenched his thirst with wine. He survived. When we asked him who he was, he would not say. All he wanted was to return home. But we were deep in the land of his enemies. We took him in as one of our own and followed him back to his homeland. His enemies hunted him. They said he was a prince, yet didn't give him up. We didn't give him up. Even when their assassins fell on us like wolves, we protected him." And then deep in the bonfire, you see the dark figure standing with sword drawn now, fighting off a host of shadowy enemies. He says, This man of royal blood fought to protect us. As we protected him, we bore him safely to his home, and he thanked us. He said, I owe you my life. Stay as long as you wish, leave when you choose, and know that you will always be safe here." And then the figure in the dancing fire vanquishes its final foe, and then disperses in a cloud of smoke, and the figure in the fire is gone. Stanimir's face becomes a somber mask. A curse has befallen our noble prince, turning him into a tyrant. We alone have the power to leave his domain. We've traveled far and wide to find heroes such as yourselves, to end our dreadlord's curse, and to put his troubled soul to rest. Our leader, Madame Eva, knows all. Will you return to Barovia and speak with her?
Is that where we're going? Barovia?
It is Barovia.
Are we familiar with this place at all? Have
you ever heard of it, or is it like a brand new?
You've never heard of it. You don't know what Barovia is, you don't know where it is. All you know is it's within a day's journey from where you are now. As he says.
Okay.
And Barovia was the figure in.
Is the place?
Barovia is the place.
Oh no, sorry, Madame
Yes,
Eva.
so-
Madame
so-
Eva.
That is okay. Let me see if I get it.
Yeah.
Madame Ava. All he says is that she knows
She knows all.
she's in Barovia.
She's in Barovia.
Okay.
Yes.
And the prince has been cursed.
Yes.
And then what's happened to him? What's the curse? Do we know?
We don't know what the curse is.
But what's
But he's turned into a tyrant.
Okay.
And that's what he says.
Yeah.
It's turned him into a tyrant, the curse.
okay?
Now, let me back you up just 1 minute there, Stanny boy. Did you say put his soul to rest?
Did you say Stanny Boy?
He did. He says, yes. I don't know if there are any other ways to break the curse.
What, do we know what needs to be done to break the curse? Do we have to talk to Madame Eva or Ava?
He does. He does say. He goes. I don't know. All I know is the curse has been on him for. I don't know. As long as I've been alive. Madame Eva knows more about everything that's happened before that.
We should definitely seek her out.
So you're asking us to kill a prince?
I hope it does not come to that.
Yeah, that's a big job.
His soul is being tormented right now by a curse. You can put his soul to rest in different ways. One of those is to kill him.
For what?
I paid a lot of gold for your contracts, he says. I'm hoping that you will come here and defeat and break the curse. Defeat the curse on our noble prince.
But we haven't seen that gold. That gold didn't go to us. I would love to help your prince. I think what's happening to him is unimaginable, and I can imagine what it's doing to your people. But that's your prince. So we should travel for a day to save your prince, risk our lives. Why?
Because I paid for you.
So if we don't
He says-
do it,
I suppose if you wanted to go back, you could travel the 5 hours one way. And I don't know how your boss would like it if you turn down a contract.
When do we get? Side note: when do we get paid?
He
She's
says,
asking really good questions. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Sorry.
and he says, if it's gold you want, I can give it to you now.
What do you guys want to do?
How do you know the prince personally, Stanley?
He says, I have only brushed with him, or I've only had encounters with him. I don't know him, not on a personal level.
Mm-hmm. And what would influence you to want to leave your town and seek
He says,
another town's really well-renowned problem solvers is what we're known as. What's the name of our guild? The Strahd. The Strahd, they're problem solvers. Why would you want to leave your town and contract us to solve this problem?
our noble prince, our lord, has given us the ability to leave his domain. We are the only ones who can do it. We are the only ones who can go out and find heroes like yourselves. You are our only hope. We are what brings you in. Or we are what can get you.
Can I insight check to see if you're lying?
Yeah, go ahead.
And I'm not going to roll on the table. Rolling on this
Not
thing
sold
did
on the
not
table.
help. Okay, insight.
I
just want to know you're not lying.
She rolled in that.
Fine.
That's without adding her stats.
Insight, wisdom, so +3, 9 + 3, 12.
12? Okay. So he says, he puts his hand on his heart, and he says, I assure you, my cause is just. I do not want to harm you. I am not your enemy. And you feel that he's telling the truth.
Okay. I feel like this is a serious issue that we should, despite what the pay is, would benefit its people. The people are suffering from this tyrant, you said?
Yeah. What's happening?
He says, I cannot say much, but yes, the people are suffering greatly.
So who's controlling your town, or like who's in control of your town right now?
The town, there is a village of Barovia, and the village is led by Burgomaster Kolyana, or Kolyan. And he says, as we approach Barovia, the village will be the first village that you see.
I feel like it's a task worth taking.
We've already taken it.
He's already been paid. Our boss.
Boss has
But-
been paid.
But
That's a
he's
funky
also
system we're gonna have to check when we get back.
But he's also offered to pay us too directly. So if you want to ask for something specific, he can give that to you.
Well, I want to know that we'll be welcome in that town if and when we ever need to come back.
I think that's a good
And he
Will the
says-
people welcome
That's
us
what- yeah, that's what I-
this task?
I want to know who's in charge. Like who? Yeah,
Yeah.
Madame Eva or Eva,
Yeah,
or whatever her name is. But also like who's in charge so that we can leverage some stuff. Like that's a big undertaking that apparently no one's been able to do.
He says, many adventurers have wandered through Barovia, and they are always welcome. By some, not by all.
Fuck it.
Says- he
Come
says-
again. Let's go.
He says,
Let's do it. Let's see what
Burgomaster,
happens.
Burgomaster Kolyan. That's Kolyan. Burgomaster.
K.O.
You know what a burgomaster is?
No, I wrote Burger Master.
That's what I wrote.
Dude.
Virgo. Oh, I don't know.
Burgomaster.
It sounds like you're saying Burger Master.
Yeah, Burger Master.
Burgermaster.
Like, is
I'm
it
writing
Virgo?
Burger Master.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Burgermaster.
So
yes.
he's now Burger
Like,
Master.
cook some
Yeah.
broken
Burgermaster.
What does
burgers.
Burger Master do?
A burgomaster is like a fancy word for mayor.
He's Burger
That's
Master
what-
Mayor.
Wow.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so
sorry.
He's
You
burgermaster.
might want to write that down. He's now Burger Master.
Burgermaster. You see,
I
just
wrote
picture you just like
Burger
walking
Master.
around, just, like,
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Hamburglar.
no,
Kolyana.
burgomaster.
Okay,
It's like an old like antiquated word for mayor.
sure.
Okay.
So
So,
yes.
Who hates
Mayor.
burgers?
I just
I
went with it.
feel-
It sounded
okay.
important.
so
And he says,
I want to go. So sidebar.
Yeah, that's why I think.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sir Stanimir. Give us a moment to contemplate this.
He says,
Huge undertaking.
Yeah.
He
A
says-
fucking prince, man. Come on.
he says,
Yeah.
certainly. And he says, I will retire to my tent.
Okay.
He says, I will let you think it over. But if you need me, I'll be in my tent.
Yeah.
And so he like goes in his tent, kind of like closes like the cloth things, and you see his lantern go out. He extinguishes his lantern, and there's no light coming from inside.
So I say we go because we have to.
We've already been.
We've already, yeah. That's sort of where we
sorry.
need to be.
Before he leaves, he says, "You mentioned payment.
Yeah.
Name your price." Sorry, kind of retconning.
Yeah, there you go. Name your price.
I want to name our price once we talk to the madam.
Madam Eva?
Once we
We'd
find out
like
more.
to assess
This-
the
yeah.
task, and then can we come to you, Sir Stanimir?
We will give you that. So we'll barter back and forth. So we'll go up to as far as Madame Ava,
Mhm.
and then see what the actual story is and what's going on, what we have to do,
Okay.
whether he's gonna like survive this, whether he's going to die, like whether we're gonna die.
Okay.
You know, and then we can talk about a payment. So I think that's fair to go back and forth a little bit.
He says, "That is fair." He says, "Accompany me to Madam Eva, and we will talk then."
Warren, what do you think?
Well, we've already come this far.
He's down for the cause.
I mean, what better way to prove ourselves to the boss that we can, do better things? And then I want to kind of make some sparks come out of my hands.
Alright, we get it.
Don't forget, I've got.
Never forget.
I mean, I'm assuming these guys are familiar with my backstory somewhat. How I've kind of come
Because we
across
know
my
all about you.
sorceress powers, and I'm
So I'm cool with going.
Alright.
trying to do bigger
She's
things for
signing, you're
myself.
signing, we're all signing.
We're all signed up.
No, I'm just
I
kidding.
also have to be, but.
Yeah, we'll take a break here. I want to get something to eat as well. This is kind of a good checkpoint to
Yeah.
not for the session, but just for right
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And while we're doing that, I'm actually going to stop recording. Okay, we're back. In a bit, the timer's going to go off.
13 or 12 minutes.
Okay. So where we left off, Stanimir had kind of retired to his tent, kind of closed the doors. The three of you are standing around the fire, talking about what you're going to do at this point. What do you want to do at this point?
Yeah, so we're going, right? Yeah.
You said you wanted to go talk to Madame Eva. And
Oh, yeah.
And
It's
you'll
really
see what she
sad
says.
about their former king. Really sad.
It's very tragic.
I'm very sad about them.
What did he... Oh, are we going to... Yeah, I have questions.
Probably better suited for
Madame.
the lady.
Madame Eva.
Yeah.
Alright, so then the fire is starting to kind of wind down. It's up to you if you guys want to get to sleep or if you want to stay up. What do you
Do you
think?
want to move during the daylight or at night?
I'd say daylight's probably best.
Daylight's fine. We're not trying to
Maybe the
sneak
skull will
this guy.
clear up by then.
Unless it's weird that our presence is there in that town, but Stanimir, would it be weird? Is he
He's-
awake or
he's-
is he asleep?
He's asleep at the moment, but you can ask. I mean, I can give you basic information that he might know.
So, we're going to be, fairly welcomed.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Do we
He
need
said by
to?
some
Basically,
people.
yeah, would I? Some people.
That's what he
So
said, but
do
we're
we-
used to that. People
People.
don't like our sort.
It's true. I don't know why. We're very nice people.
He says that there are groups of people who I guess are nice, who will welcome you, but you won't be welcomed by all.
Yes.
Nothing new to me.
Okay.
It's not going to stop me. Yeah. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go then. How on Z?
So here's
To sleep.
This is a good moment.
Oh, to sleep?
Oh,
This is a good moment to establish marching order. You're not going to be moving or anything, but unless you say otherwise, I'm going to assume that you're moving in a certain order. So who do you want to be up front?
I would say,
I
yeah.
scoot
yeah.
him for. I scoot Warren forward.
Okay. And then,
Does
who's in the middle?
what's your Rado's name again?
Amelia.
Amelia.
Does Amelia want to scout for us, like moving?
Yeah, I would say she's probably like the one.
Do you guys commune somehow telepathically,
It's a rat.
I feel like
or is it just like a friend?
I'm just aware
Okay.
of how she's acting and stuff.
If you want the DM ruling on that, you have to say verbal or, I guess, gesture commands to the rat. Like, if you point, that works.
Okay.
Or you can speak to the rat
They're
directly.
not communicating telepathically.
Not
Yeah.
telepathically.
Okay. All right.
All right.
I'll go after him though. If you want to be the last.
Sure.
Okay.
I'm squishy.
So you'll be in the middle?
Yeah.
Okay. So, hope, middle.
I feel a little bit protective of Hope.
Okay.
So
So you might want to be in the back then. Because
Okay,
things
so-
might sneak
okay.
up on you.
that's fine too then. Whichever is best.
Okay, so then it's Morin in the front, Hope in the middle, and then Mozark in the back, watching an eye or keeping an eye on the back of the group.
Okay.
Okay, so as the fire winds down, how would you guys like to settle in for the night? Are you guys going to sleep in the tent? Are you going to sleep outside?
I'll sleep in the tent.
I'll sleep outside.
Sleep outside?
I'm sleeping in the tent.
In the tent? Okay.
I'll watch the guard. I guess I slept pretty well, so
Okay.
I'll stay outside.
So, you guys settle in for the night. The two of you, so Hope and Morin are sleeping in the tent. Stanimir is in his tent as well. You see the wagon there. And then Mozark is sleeping against a tree, kind of just keeping an eye on everything. Right? So, the morning comes. And you look around, and you immediately see that Stanimir's wagon is missing. And the fog has not burned off from the daylight. So this misty fog surrounds you, and it's fairly bright daylight now. So there's no dark. You see the trees all lit up, but I want you to do a perception check.
19.
Okay.
Is that what you rolled?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Plus 4 for your.
So you rolled a fucking 23.
So you look around, and you immediately notice that the tall, kind of thin evergreen trees are not there anymore either. That the trees are not the same trees that you slept in last night. Stanimir's wagon is gone, missing, and the fog. You kind of see the fog almost taking shape, like it's kind of clawing at you almost. But you don't.
Are they still in their tents?
They're still in their tents,
Okay.
yeah. But the fog, it's not. You don't see actual things in the fog, but
It's
kinda like
moving?
it's kind of like
Yeah,
seeing
yeah.
like shapes in the clouds.
Yeah.
You're kind of getting a feeling from this fog that that things are kind of like it's swirling around you. That's what
Is
you
this
see.
what woke me up, or did I just happen to wake up?
You happen to wake up.
Okay. Okay, that's. So I'm gonna stand up. I don't really have any abilities. I mean, that would have told me. That would have been the only thing that I could have gotten from that. I'm gonna wake them up immediately. I'm gonna burst into your tent. You guys need to come out here and see this. There's something going on.
What's out there?
The wagon's
It's
gone.
really
Did
There's
he
just
leave us?
come out here and see this.
Okay.
Where the Stanimir?
Damn it, Stanimir.
Damn it! Do we know what direction we're supposed to be going in?
We have no idea where Barovia is.
Fuck!
Go to his tent. Go check his tent. I want to walk over to Stanimir's tent.
Okay. And do you want to open it, or do you
I want
want
to
to
say,
shake it? Do you want to be like, "Hey, what's going on?"
yeah, that's what I want to do.
Your calls out to Stanimir are met with silence.
Don't make me come in there. I don't want to see anything I don't want to see.
Still nothing.
All right, I'm coming in. I open the tent and I look around.
All you see is an empty bedroll, and on the bedroll there is a little note and a small package kind of behind the note.
Okay.
And, the note's kind of leaning up against the small package.
Uh-huh.
That's what you see.
I would like to pick up the note and read the note.
Okay. It says, in Stanimir's kind of flowy, cursive script, it says, "I am sorry, my friend. I had to leave you. But take this for your journey."
Okay. Open the package.
It is 2 potions of healing.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's my thought exactly.
Couldn't have left us a horse or something.
A map, maybe?
Yeah, that's okay.
Nope, just the potions of healing.
All right.
All right. So then I say, hope you're a pretty good healer. I don't think you'll need this. And I kind of hand one to Mo, and I
I'll take it.
keep the other for myself.
Do we see anything else in this tent? Is it it's just empty?
It's just a bedroll, kind of like a blanket and like a small little pillow. But other than that, there's nothing else.
Looks like he's left us.
There's no wagon trail wheel things or anything
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Yeah. 17.
17?
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus, what's your perception?
I have it right here if you don't want to look it up.
I don't.
Okay.
I
Running
wanna
notes.
know.
What is it?
+4.
+4, yeah. So you rolled a
Damn,
21.
son.
So you see nothing. You see no traces of a wagon trail.
Okay.
It looks as if your entire camp was picked up and placed somewhere else.
Oh, I see, because the trees are different too.
hmm The trees are kind of gangly, they're very kind of gnarled and
These
twisted.
trees look like this yesterday.
They didn't,
Mm.
hmm
So,
because the wood in our fire is different than the trees that are around us.
yeah. Okay. Well,
I don't like this.
I don't like it either. I would like to cast...
I kind of just want to keep my dagger ready. I'm feeling a little uneasy with the situation,
Okay.
but I'm pretty calm.
So you pull out your dagger.
I'm just
or you
ready.
have your hand on it.
Hand on it.
Okay. So you have your hand on your dagger.
I would like to say a prayer and bless
Mm.
everyone here in our party, and I believe that adds 1d4 to
Oh, bless.
whatever,
I
yeah.
think it only lasts a minute, though. So
Oh, only
you
a
might wanna-
minute?
Let me see. Bless lasts a minute. Concentration
Okay.
up to a minute.
Okay, I'll
Might wanna wait.
hold that until we
There's
go.
also a first
We
level spell that you
Yeah.
would have to use a slot for.
Oh, I don't know. I don't get spells, right?
No.
Okay.
You get
No.
cool abilities though.
Yeah, so I'll wait until we're about to pass through something that's might be an issue, and I'll cast bless.
Okay, well, is there a trail or a road or anything next to our camp that we can discern?
So your visibility is still pretty bad because of the fog,
Okay.
but you do notice that when you look out from where you are, you see Stanimir's tent, and then to the right or to the left, it seems as if the fog is thicker, denser, and it appears to thin out as you go to the right.
I want to walk to the thicker part.
You want the thicker part? Okay. So do you want to? So you walk in, and your visibility in there is so bad you can't see hardly anything through it, and all you see is this weird swirling kind of creepy fog.
Okay. Do I feel anything, any different emotions or feelings or anything? What's my overall feeling walking in there?
It
It
gives you an uneasy feeling.
Okay. I'm gonna walk back out then.
Okay.
Just kinda-
Okay, so I guess noticing where it kind of thins out more, I say, well, that might be our best bet that way. At least we can get our bearings.
How does Hope and Mozart feel?
What?
Where? Which in
The
the
area where
clearing?
it's thinning out. I'm saying maybe we
Yeah.
can go that way, get our bearings, and
I'd say walking through the place that we have the most vision makes sense.
So there's little pizza things if anyone wants any.
oh heck yeah,
They're hot, so I'll leave them over
So you
here.
wanna
You
take
guys
a
feel free
Quick
to.
little break. Get some food.
we can wait for it to cool off for
Yeah.
a couple minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'd say I'm gonna start packing up my things and getting ready to move.
Okay. So you were traveling pretty light
Yeah.
already. So do you want to try to pack up the tent you were sleeping in, or do you want?
I'm how easy is it to carry? Because I don't like stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's
But I
just
do
like
kind of want it because it's
like
there.
all it is like 2 sticks with a piece of string and like cloth over it. So you could take the two rods, and like wrap it up.
Yeah, I'll
the
take my
tent and
10.
wrap the string around that. Okay.
I'm a pretty big guy that I can carry that.
Yeah, and this particular tent is fitted with a strap on the outside, so it's designed to be carried. So you can either attach it to a pack, or you can carry it over your shoulder if you want. So it won't encumber you, is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a modern job doing a carrier tent.
Okay.
Alright, thanks. I did not sleep well last night. Oh,
Like your character or you?
me, my character. We're the same person.
Got
I am my character.
it.
Character, I assume, is just continuing to not sleep well considering the weather.
Yes. No,
Maybe you're summoning this shit.
the misty fog that surrounds you definitely makes you especially feel uncomfortable looking at it.
Yeah. I've been
It's just
sleeping
so
well, you
accurate.
guys.
Those dreams?
Yeah, the dreams.
Well, let's keep moving. Keep your mind off it.
Yeah, probably. Alright, so we're moving into the clearing.
Towards the least amount of fog,
Okay.
where it thins out. Start walking.
So the 3 of you are in your marching order.
I would like to invoke duplicity to have some, like, a version of myself walking 30 feet in
You
front
can
of
only cast
us.
that once a day, I think.
Invoke duplicity.
It only lasts a minute, but...
You can create a perfect illusion of yourself that lasts for 1 minute until you lose your concentration.
Or until?
It lasts for 1 minute, or until I think I'm
If you break it
shorter.
early.
Oh, okay, then maybe not.
Because you can only cast it.
It's once a day, I
Once
think.
a day.
Yeah, channel divinity. Yeah, once per day for a cleric.
Okay. Alright, never mind. I have too many abilities that last for 1 minute. I'll hold
No, but
it.
they'll be great in like crucial situations. So
Yeah.
save those.
Okay.
Put a little tick on that, like an asterisk. Like
I didn't know it only lasted a minute.
okay.
I think I
And,
wish I could just
You're
like
thinking
have
you're doing all
a
of that.
projectile.
For the record, if you're curious here, I do have a list of all of your abilities and spells that I can just click on. So if you need me to look up something for you, I can just real quick.
Oh,
Okay,
okay.
that's all right. So you make your way to the you see that the fog thins out as you make your way to the left of where you are. It's not long before you meet up with a dirt road that's just passing through, and there's a sign in front of it that just has an arrow facing right. And it says Barovia.
Oh, that's helpful.
Well, that was easy.
So, odd question, maybe too specific. So we have to like search for the sign, or is the sign kind of visible against the fog, or
it's visible against the fog. Your visibility at this point is pretty good.
Oh, okay.
The fog is thin. It's behind you that the fog seems to be thick. And actually, as you look behind you, you notice that the fog seems to be kind of following you. It's kind of creeping along with you.
Pushing it.
I don't like that.
All right.
That's weird.
Does this road look like particularly well traveled at all, or can we tell?
Oh, good question.
You do see wagon tracks
Okay.
in the road, as well as footprints. So it does appear to be well traveled to you.
Okay.
Seems legit.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the direction we're meant to be going.
Yeah. So, I'd like to continue in the direction towards Barovia.
One extra thing is you do notice. I want you to make. Hold on. Not necessary. Yes, Morn. I want you to make a nature check.
Nature. Okay, I got a 19.
Okay.
Plus
Nice.
whatever.
So, in the tracks, the wagon tracks and the footprints, you notice that all of the footprints are not human or humanoid. You notice what appears to be, because of your good roll, a giant wolf print.
A giant wolf. Alright, that looks bigger than a normal wolf. That looks quite a bit bigger than I kind of put my hand to kind of like compare my hand's size with the.
Even though you're a dwarf, so like it's like that big.
Yeah,
Like compared to your dwarf hand, it's bigger than your dwarf hand for sure.
that's pretty big for a wolf.
And you do know that it's big for a wolf.
Yeah.
Is this the town seem like it would be inhabited by friendly wolves, or
Could be wolf people.
does it seem like a trap?
Twat.
I mean, we're not in the town yet, are we?
But it
No,
might be
right
leading
now,
us to.
right now you've found a road, and you followed it a little bit until it's
Okay.
a sign, a road marker that says Barovia.
Can I tell if it's like a single wolf or like several, like a pack of wolves, or like is there any way to tell from looking at the tracks?
Go ahead and roll an investigation. No,
Animal handling.
I'm gonna say, you know what? Nature. Go ahead and roll nature again.
It's a 16 plus something.
2. So 18 total. Yes, you can tell that it appears to be a pack of wolves.
That's a pack of them. That's a pack of these big ones. Well, and it's going. Is it going towards the town or away from the town?
Towards the town.
Well, that's promising. So
Do
I
you
guess
think that has any connection to the curse?
let's hope not.
Alright. Well, I think we can handle some wolves. A curse or something transcendental might be a little bit more complicated, but I don't know.
Alright.
So we'll keep walking that way. Keep walking down the road.
Yeah.
Well, I think we should keep working.
Okay.
I want to get to a town. It's probably safer.
So as you make your way down the dirt road, you see that black pools of water kind of are scattered throughout this dirt road, muddy pools of water, and you see giant, kind of mangled trees, like I said, gnarly trees, loom on both sides of the road. And it appears that their branches are kind of clawing at the mist as it follows you down this road towards Barovia. Now, you travel unhindered, or it's pretty uneventful travel for about 3 hours in one direction. And you notice that the fog spills out of the forest to, let's see. Sorry. Okay, so this is what you see. The thick kind of trees that around you open up a little bit, and the dirt road widens. And in front of you, you see 2 huge statues standing about 40 feet tall. The heads have been taken off, and the large head, which has to be bigger than 10 feet wide, lays at the foot of these huge statues.
On purpose?
You don't know. You don't know.
I mean, like, the statue's not made that way, right?
No, the statue had a head when it was
Okay.
constructed.
Just checking.
The statues have their backs up against a huge stone wall, going up maybe 100 feet up. And in between the 2 statues, there's a 30-foot iron gate that kind of has an arched top, bars, rusty iron bars. And
Now-
it looks a little like this.
Whoa. Oh, they
Don't
both.
read anything else around.
Yeah. Okay. Just look at the picture. So being a dwarf and being pretty familiar with stones, is there anything I can discern from the,
So,
how these statues are made, or like anything
Yes.
about them historically?
I want you to roll a history check with advantage because you're a dwarf. Or actually, add your proficiency.
Add the proficiency. Yeah. Okay. So that's a 12 plus. Where's my stats?
Oh, I can.
History is plus 2 plus proficiency, so that's a 16 total.
Okay. So you feel fairly confident that this is very old stonework. It seems to be maybe 500 years old, but it wasn't made by any civilization that you're familiar with.
Okay. I would like to share that information.
Is the head of any discernible, like, race or creature?
It appears to be human. So right now you're about, I would say, 100 feet away from the gates, and you just see these huge statues looming in front of you, with this massive wall behind them, and a gate. Well, still huge, you can see from the picture, still huge, but the gate's in front of you.
Do we think this is Barovia? Did the guy mention humans or no humans?
He didn't say.
That's not what I expected from a little village that he described. He said a little village. That didn't look like a village to me.
Did he say little village?
That's what I heard.
He did.
Okay. Okay,
Well-
so this is not...
I feel like, is there a way that I can try to get in without using the gate?
You can try to scale the walls.
They're like 100 feet.
You can
So
do it.
it's like walls, like city walls, or walls like built into the side of a mountain, or what?
No, it's just like, there's like the tree line comes in this way, and it appears that it's kind of a valley that kind of comes, the two hills come together, and so the actual wall itself is probably about maybe 300 or 400 feet wide,
Okay.
but it connects to...
There's like mountains going up the
Yeah.
sides like that.
Yeah, at least this part.
Okay.
You can try climbing.
I'm not gonna climb that.
Dude.
I don't think I want to either.
Are you knocking and saying, oh,
Wait.
knock knock?
Is the gate closed or open? Or...
You can't tell from where you are.
Let's get a bit closer, I guess.
So, as you approach, because right now you're about probably a good 100 feet away, so as you approach, you notice that far off in the distance, there's a castle. A dark,
Oh, like looking through the gate?
like above the wall. Even.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it's way back, but it's up there on the top of a mountain. You see a black castle with large pointy spires, just kind of looming there in the distance. As you get closer to the gate, you notice that the gate swings open on its own. You hear the kind of squealing of the rusty hinges, and the gate just opens up.
Wooden gate?
It's a rusty iron gate
Rusty iron gate, okay.
that you can see through.
Okay. So like kind of bars or something.
Yeah,
sort
you
of.
want to take a look at the picture? Yeah.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Lindsay.
I would like to step through the gate.
Yeah, I would like to as well.
Okay. So as the two of you step through the gate, you still notice that the thick fog is still kind of pressing up against you as you're going through the gate. Hope, what would you like to do? Are you following suit?
Oh yeah, I see the fog is coming up. I'm fucking run. Like, I don't want to be in that shit.
Alrighty. So you make it through the doors, and the gate, the same way it opened, it slowly closes and shuts behind you. You now have your back against the other side of this gate, kind of looking out in front of you. And what you see is the dirt road continues, and you're not going into a vast city or a big, town or anything. The dirt road just continues, and it's the same kind of landscape that you were in before, which is dirt road, forest all around you. But you're on the other side of this gate.
So the forest inside the gate?
The forest is inside the gate, yes. The forest continues on the other side of the gate.
And what happened to the castle that we saw? It's like on a hill.
It's
What is
still
that?
it's still far in the distance, up on top of the hill.
Same trees as the other side of the gate?
Same trees, yes. Same trees. And you do notice, though, that the fog seems to stop at the gate.
Huh.
It doesn't follow you anymore.
That's cool.
Well, at least we're out of the fog.
Yeah.
So if we look like down the road, is it like kind of densely wooded? Is it like kind of thin or what?
You see towering trees whose tops are lost in heavy gray mist. They block out all but a death gray light. The tree trunks are unnaturally close to one another, and the woods have the silence of a forgotten grave, yet exude the feeling of an unvoiced scream.
That's very specific. That's intense.
This place makes me sad.
That's a bit creepier than I thought.
This makes me sad.
I'm gonna put my arm around her as
Yeah.
we walk. I'm gonna
Okay.
comfort her a little. I know she's sad.
Nuzzle into it.
I'll let it happen.
Okay. So, as
Thank
you guys
you,
are
Mo.
hugging, are you guys continuing in, or are you staying against the police?
Well, yeah. I mean,
Let's
There's
go.
only one way to go, really.
Let's go.
So you walk maybe about a mile in, and you catch the scent of death in the air.
Did you fart, Mara?
No.
Whoever smelt it, dealt it.
I know. Whoever smelled it built it.
And you've all
Whoever
been
denied it supplied it.
you've all been around dead bodies enough
Yeah.
to know what they smell like. You've lived in pretty
Once or twice.
once or
Yeah.
twice. Hey,
Do I still see the wolf prints on the ground?
you do.
Same,
Amongst
About
other
the same.
things, or
same number of them and whatnot.
It appears yes to be about the same number of them.
yeah.
Wagon tracks and stuff.
Yes, you still see wagon tracks and some horse prints,
Okay.
human boot prints.
All right.
It appears that this is a well-traveled road.
Well, that's good.
That smells like death.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty gross. Probably a dead animal or something.
Now I cast
Yeah, we'll go with
Bless. Before we decide to move forward, I'm casting Bless on all three of us.
Okay. So,
If we're moving forward.
yes, bless. You bless up to 3 creatures of your choice. I'm assuming the 3 of you. Whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw. So, in other words, you're a little bit stronger when you attack, and you have better reflexes when you're making saving throws.
So how long does that last?
A minute.
So let's run.
So let's go.
All right. So you're going to jog or run towards the smell of death.
Towards
Towards the cast. Let's be specific here. Where are we headed?
Towards the cow.
Okay,
Okay.
towards the castle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not necessarily towards the smell of death.
Yeah, maybe we keep going down the road.
Let's
and,
clarify.
Okay. So as you go down the road, Stephen, you find or you notice that it appears that the wolf tracks are growing in number. So it appears that to you at least,
okay.
you suspect that this place
Why to him? Because he's closer to the ground, or why?
because he
He's leading.
That's why?
He's leading.
Oh, I see.
he's
He's
Okay.
leading, and he rolled a really good nature check earlier.
Got it. Wonderful. All right.
And so he's the one who's
So
like,
I'm kind of
"Let's-"
keeping an eye on him, I guess.
Okay.
You are. Alrighty.
And let me know when my spell is over with, because I don't know how long I'm
Does
in
it take us like a minute to get down the path?
You know what?
Or
I
how
will.
long?
I will let you save that until you think danger is imminent.
Okay.
Okay. But you can.
I guess
Run anyway.
I want to bless us.
But
Bless.
you can
Hold
you
an
can
action
ready it,
until they're I'll
There you
ready
go.
an action, but I'm running simultaneously.
Yeah, I say we
I'm ready
run
to cast
anyway.
bless if there's any sort of
Okay.
Yeah,
danger
There you go.
impending
That's-
within the next minute.
that's good.
Alrighty.
That's good. I like that.
Now, in the distance through the trees, you do hear the sound of wolves howling.
Is it still daytime or is it getting
Does it
dark?
not? Yeah. Does it not really matter?
It's starting to become nighttime.
Okay.
I would say you're right around 4:30. So the
Okay,
sun is just
4.
starting to drop in the sky.
Which direction is the sun from where we are?
It is
Are we heading?
in front of you.
So we're heading east, or no, we're heading
West.
west. We're heading west. Okay. Well,
And you can discern that the howling sounds are coming from kind of the off to the right, but not in front of you, but to the right of you.
okay, so like kind of in the woods off to
Yes.
the right.
So
Well.
facing west.
I do see more wolf tracks. Maybe if we kind of stay to this side of the road.
We pass by unnoticed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
When do we get to the castle?
You guys are making your way that way. I'm assuming
Okay.
you guys are
Follow the road.
continuing to walk.
Yeah.
As you're
Yeah.
walking, you see the tracks, you hear the wolves. Now, are you still kind of just going as fast as you can, just straight?
Do we want to sneak through, or do we want to?
Can I roll some sort of stealth check or something to help us get through there like quicker, faster, more efficiently?
Not quicker or faster, no. But
Unnoticed?
You can try to. I mean, you can because you're stealthy, but your teammates, unfortunately, are not as stealthy as you. So you can't really help your party in that way.
Okay.
We would all have to roll stealth if we wanted to get by stealthily. Is that correct?
Right.
Can we all do that?
But I think that's fine. But we all understand that if one of us doesn't roll stealthily, we'll draw attention. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
We're willing to take that risk. Let's go.
So you all want to roll a stealth check to see if you can kind of...
But so who had Blessing of the Trickster, though?
I did.
Yeah, so you have Blessing, so you get to add...
that lasted 1 hour.
Yeah.
But you can cast again.
Yeah, you can cast it again.
Who has the lowest stealth?
Who has the lowest stealth?
Yeah.
Between me and Martha? I
Yeah.
think we're both pretty stealthy. She's probably more stealthy.
I had +7.
Steven, you have +5. Or +5, yeah.
What do I think I'm the least stealthy.
You
I cast it on myself.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. Yeah, it has. Okay, I'll put it on you. I'll put it on you.
Other than yourself, right? Okay.
Yeah.
We were checking that on
I
our
only
way
got a
up here.
2.
Let's see.
Right.
I'm sorry, what are we rolling?
Oh, I should have cast it on you.
Hold on. Let's see here.
What are we rolling?
You can use your inspiration to re-roll that if you want.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And take a higher roll.
It's only 4.
I got a
Okay.
3.
Luckily, +7 is an 11.
Oh.
So you get that. You got
Unluckily, I got a 3.
Okay.
But I cast in my Blessing of the Trickster.
You cast it on me? Oh, so then I should roll again.
Wait, no, sorry. No, I
Yeah.
lied.
Who'd you cast on?
Me.
I thought, yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well then, it is what it is
It
then.
is an 8.
Mine's a 17.
17? Okay. So, Mozart and Hope, you notice you're kind of walking stealthy, and you see behind you, through kind of the misty trees, you see 3 wolf silhouettes kind of run across the path behind you, from one side of the forest to the other, across the road. Now, because you're being stealthy, Mozart and Hope, you're able to do something at this point. If you want to try to take action or some sort.
Do we notice how many? 3?
But they just ran by, right? Like, it's
Right.
not like they're like...
It didn't seem that they noticed you, but you saw them.
What can we do?
You can hide, you can run, you can...
I want to invoke duplicity, and within their visual, send it in the opposite direction of where we're going.
Duplicity? Okay.
Mhm.
Opposite direction of where you're going.
So if they're on the north side, we're heading east, right?
We're
And they're
west.
north.
West.
You're heading west.
Oh, sorry, we're heading west. Sorry, you threw me off by saying east.
Do you wanna-
Yeah,
Do you want to do it east?
I'm gonna invoke duplicity and send my person west.
Okay.
Simultaneously using
Turgy.
thaumaturgy.
Okay.
There you go. And making it yell, going "Ow!" My little
shit.
illusion.
Okay.
Going "Ow!"
Okay.
Yeah.
So, let's see.
Making wolfish cries. "Ow!"
So you do that, and you and Mozart are able to stealthily get away from the path, or kind of move your way away. Unfortunately, Morin is not so stealthy, so he starts kind of trailing behind. So that's what you're doing.
Could have carried you, dude, but you don't like it, so...
I'm forgetting.
It doesn't distract them away from it. I don't
Oh, well,
know.
hold on. I'm getting to that. So I want you to roll a... Let me look at the thaumaturgy.
It says you can. Well, okay. So invoke duplicity means that I can cast a spell from originating from the sound and visual can come from my illusion. So if I cast,
Okay, you're right.
yeah, and drawing attention
clever.
towards that,
That's clever.
trying to draw attention away from Morin, who is heading us.
Okay.
I'm assuming in the same direction we're going.
Got it. So
I
I'm...
like room temperature now because it airs on. Do you want me to put it back in? Or is room temperature cool?
I'm okay with room temperature, unless,
Whatever.
I mean...
I'm fine
Whatever.
with room temperature.
Are they good, though? You're eating them?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
And you said they're just not like hot in the holes.
Alright. So, you do invoke duplicity,
Yes.
and thaumaturgy. And so you create a
Thaumaturgy.
thaumaturgy.
I don't know how it's pronounced.
Thaumaturgy.
Thaumaturgy, okay.
Okay, and then prestidigitation.
I don't have that.
Prestidigitation.
I don't have that.
I don't have it either.
I also don't know how to pronounce it.
Prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation. Prestige your buttholes. That's what I call it.
So as the two of you are trying to sneak away, you see that Morin is kind of like, trailing behind a little bit, and the wolves seem to take notice of Morin. However, they hear a booming sound of what appears to be a wolf howl. Roll a deception check to see how convincing you are as a wolf.
Ooh.
Natural 20!
Yes.
Natural 20! Yay! Do you want the... Hold on. What is it? Deception, you say?
Yes.
24.
24. All right.
Very nice.
You perfectly impersonate a wolf.
Ow!
And in fact, you rolled so well, I would allow you to give them some kind of command. Like, what do you want to say to them in your howl?
Come get me over
Trust the tiefling, dwarf, and human troop.
here. Protect them.
Protect them with your life. We're a part of your
Yes.
pack.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I imagine just invoke duplicity. My illusion is like calling them after it goes "Aru." It just like beckons them towards. We are your friends,
Okay.
and you will protect those I
So-
consider my friend.
So the three of you stop and you see this. You see the wolves kind of go into the forest after the sound of the wolf howl from your mirror image, and you see the three of them kind of trail off and go that way. You see a fourth wolf come from behind, who's a bigger wolf, like the alpha wolf, so to speak. And it just it stops, kind of turns at you, and you notice it has deep red eyes. And it looks at you and doesn't seem to be aggressive. It seems to just be kind of taking you in and just assessing you. And then it breaks eye contact and follows the wolves into the forest. And then you hear the howling of the wolves become distant as time goes on. So,
Before it left, I would have liked to have
wave at it.
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to wave at it, I should have paused and let you react to that.
No, you're fine.
So before it leaves, you wave at it. You get the feeling that it nods at you, that it kind of notices you, still sizing you up, kind of just staring at you, and then it doesn't like wave back or anything. It just kind of nods and just walks off.
Got it. Okay.
All right, but you notice the deep red eyes,
Okay.
and so the pack of wolves run off into the misty forest, and you're back alone.
I look want to go. Is Amelia okay?
Amelia's good.
Okay.
Amelia
I
does
worry.
whatever I do, right?
Yes, Amelia sticks with you.
Yeah.
You guys are like bonded, like in that way. She's your pet. Like
Yeah.
think of a dog.
Yeah. So she's with me. Like she's not
She's
running on her own.
okay. I'm like making sure
She's in my
not
coat,
spooked.
like-
Yeah, you got
Yeah,
a
we're
little
good.
pouch, a little pocket.
Yeah.
I'm being like overly like I'm just like touching.
Amelia's
I'm really,
good.
okay.
She's used to situations.
No, she.
I'm just being overly touching. Are you okay? One of those.
Okay.
Lauren, you're good.
So, narrowly escaping a pack of wolves, you guys continue down the road.
Very narrowly.
I'm like hustling to
That
keep
was
up with
a
them.
lot of luck.
Come on, Lauren.
Oh, that
Do you want one of us to
that
carry
was a
you?
close one. I'm like, look at the size of me.
You look like you would make good wolf food. Wolf chow.
Okay, so how close are we to the castle now?
Okay, so the castle has gotten a little closer.
A little?
Yes, you would say you're not there yet, but you follow the road, and the dirt road opens to a vast clearing. You see the road kind of continues in further. You can see that not so far in the distance, but far in the distance, there's a mountain that goes up, and the castle's on top of that. At the base of the mountain, you can just make out through the fog what appears to be buildings. A small town or village, and the road kind of cuts through this big open clearing and kind of goes to the village. And
Continue
Okay.
all right,
into the clearing and down the path.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is it like dark outside right now?
Yeah.
Are we? I mean, I'd like
We said
I'd
it
like
was
to be
like
carrying a
4
torch.
or
Like
5
the torch.
p.m.
Well, I'd imagine that
So-
the castle on the mountain covers any sunlight that's left if it's west, and that's where the sun's setting.
Yes, the sun is setting behind the castle. Yeah. Good observation.
Got some old. I want to take a little snack break.
Yep, snack break.
Get some little pizza thingies.
Alright, so it's now nighttime. You've followed this road narrowly escaped the pack of wolves. You're approaching this village and you see it's totally dark. You notice that the buildings are very run down. They're not glamorous. They're patched together with random bits of wood. A lot of the windows have been broken and just boarded up. You don't see anyone. In fact, the village itself is dead silent, except down like one of the streets right in front of you. You can hear the sound of sobbing coming from the distance.
Do we see any lights, like any torches or lamp, like street lamp type of things, or?
The houses where you enter the village, there's no gate or walls or anything. It's just
Right.
open. So where you enter the village, it's a long dirt road, not even cobblestones or anything, just dirt. And the houses that line both sides of the street are all what appear to be deserted homes. You don't see any lights
No
coming.
candlelight.
No
none of that.
candlelights. No candlelight coming from through the windows. They seem like empty buildings.
They get for living around the wolves.
And there's crying coming from somewhere, Mo. Where's the MVP? Where do we hear the crying coming from?
Coming from far off at the end of this little stretch of the village.
So we don't see anything. It's just dark street, a light.
I'm carrying a torch.
Okay.
Yes.
Completely dark and crying somewhere in the distance.
So
I feel like I want to source out the crying first.
Do we recognize if it's male?
it appears to be the sound of a woman.
Okay.
Woman sobbing in the distance.
I didn't get it.
Yeah. So go ahead and yeah,
Roll what?
roll or hope. I'd like you to roll a perception check.
Should I turn them?
No, they're good.
You sure?
13.
You can if you want to. 13.
Mhm.
So that's good enough to notice that on the doors and the walls.
Sorry,
of the,
go on.
I put them in for 4 minutes, so you can put them in for.
You're not supposed to cook for 4 minutes?
They were supposed to cook for 6 to 8, but I put them in there for 14.
Oh.
So they should be done as long as they're crispy, starting to brown up a little bit.
What?
As long as they're crispy and starting to brown up a little bit. Enough.
Yeah, but you put them in there for 14 minutes.
Okay, Taco Lucha.
Cool.
So that's good enough for you to see that there's like markings on the sides, on the outsides of the buildings that appear to be scratches or claw marks on the outsides of the buildings. As you make your way down the street towards the sobbing, I'm assuming you're going that way.
Okay. And make sure to definitely like discreetly communicate that to both Mo and Warren that there are claw marks on all of the buildings. Do I see down?
There are some side streets, and it appears that the small little homes kind of continue around the side streets.
Mm-hmm.
But the one that you're on appears to be the main road that kind of cuts through the village.
Okay. And do I notice that it's progressing in a particular direction? These scratch marks,
No, it appears just to be not like somebody's dragging their hand across.
Okay.
Not quite like that, but it looks like something was clawing at the outside of these buildings.
Okay.
Okay.
You trying to?
I wanna
was it trying
look
to
for the-
break in or anything like the.
It would appear to you that it seems so. It
But
seems
they
like
were unsuccessful.
yes.
I want to walk towards wherever the crying's coming from and try to find the crying.
As you approach, you notice kind of the street leads into, I guess you could call it a town square. It's really just a crossroads where the two main streets meet in this village.
Uh-huh.
On one corner of kind of in the direction of the sobbing, you do see two torches that are illuminating a corner building on this town square.
Mhm.
The one closest to you. and but it doesn't seem like the crying is coming from that building.
Do we all have torches, or
I'm holding a torch. I don't know.
You guys
I don't know that we
yeah.
necessarily need
Oh.
multiple
You guys
torches.
had torches on your packs.
Okay.
You can be holding torches if you'd like.
I'm
I'd like
just
to.
following close by. More.
I want a torch. I'm gonna keep looking for the crying.
Okay.
So
Okay, so then you move around kind of into this town square, and you notice that the crying is coming from a very rundown, almost collapsing 2-story building next to this building that has torches in front of it.
okay, so I kind of want to like look inside. I don't necessarily want to walk in because it doesn't sound like it's stable.
Okay.
What do I see anything?
When you look inside, you just see there's a thick layer of dust covering the ground. Furniture-wise, there's hardly anything in it. There's a couple dusty chairs, some broken couches kind of on the ground floor, and the roof is basically caving in. But the sobbing intensifies. You just hear a woman on the second floor of this building that appears that is just uncontrollably crying.
I'm gonna send Amelia up.
Okay. So Amelia goes up, and so she climbs up the stairs, and so Amelia's up there now.
Okay. She's not like screaming or like making noises or anything.
No, she doesn't. She's not screaming or making noises or anything.
Okay.
And go ahead and roll an insight check, which is a d20, and then I'll tell you what your modifier is if you want me to. +2.
14.
14 plus 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so you rolled a 16. So Amelia kind of runs out to like a hole in this in the second floor,
Mhm.
and you can see her poking out, and she's kind of like nodding at you,
Okay.
like squeaking at you.
Okay. So
I would like to ready an action.
Mhm.
I'm ready to charm this person.
Charm. Okay.
So I'm going to follow Mosley and whatever she wants to
Do you have charm?
do. Mm-hmm.
Charm
Charm person.
Charm. Oh, there it is. Okay. Charm person.
So I'm ready. As soon as she at least appears hostile or unsure of us, I'm ready to charm her to show her my welcome smile.
I think you should go up then because you're lighter than me.
Okay.
And if it's a 2-story unstable house,
Can you hold my hand as we're going there?
Yep.
'Cause I'm-
Okay. So you guys make your way up the I guess the floorboards creak as you go up the stairs, and it's as you get to the top, you look to an open room, and there's nothing in it except for a woman sitting in the middle of this room.
I'm spooked already.
yeah.
Except
Are these the warning signs that we should get to leave? Because I'm getting that sense.
you
I'm
can roll an
so
insight
glad
check
there's
if
a
you'd like
woman
to.
in there actually crying.
You can roll an insight
To determine
to
what.
determine how you feel about this situation.
Okay, yeah, I'll do an insight check because fuck this hoe. Alright, so that's 16 plus.
3. That's 3.
Right.
So you rolled a 19. So when you're listening to her, it doesn't sound like she's crying in an aggressive way or in a way that's it's trying to trick you or anything.
Okay.
She sounds genuinely just sad as she's sobbing. So she's sitting on the ground in the middle of this middle of this floor, and her back is towards you, and she's kind of hunched over like this, and she says through her sobs, My Gertruda.
And I walk over to her. I see her in this state, correct?
Mhm.
I
Yes.
say, "It's okay. We're here to help."
Okay, as you approach her, you can look over her shoulder, and it appears that she's holding maybe a baby in her arms.
Okay. And what can I see what state this baby is in?
It's not moving
I would like to cast Spare the Dying.
on
The baby.
the baby. Okay, so she sees you walked up, and she instinctively kind of pulls away like this and looks at you, and she says, "What are you doing? What are you doing here?"
What's wrong with her?
It says, "My Gertruda, she's gone."
I think I may have something to help.
And no one can help my Gertruda. Not now. Not the way she left.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure. Nothing can save her.
What happened?
Gertruda, the devil took her. The devil took her away.
What devil?
The devil. I cannot even speak his name.
When did this happen?
It happened a week ago.
Does this woman look like malnourished or anything?
What
Like,
does
is
this
she
one
been-
look like?
Yeah, she is in a bad state. She is, you presume, has been sobbing in the middle of this house for a week. She hasn't showered. She hasn't, combed her hair.
Just to clarify, so the baby's been dead probably like a week?
You suspect, yes.
or
I would
taken
still
or
like to
whatever?
try to cast Spare the Dying.
Okay. On the baby.
Yeah.
Okay, so spare the dying. Is that a
If
cantrip?
if they're at 0 health, meaning I don't know, like 'cause we haven't seen the battle.
So-
Like,
Do you say anything to her before you do this?
she'll be okay in the light of tomorrow. She'll
Okay.
guide her.
And she sees you pointing at the baby, and she's like, "This isn't Gertruda. This isn't Gertruda. Gertruda's gone."
I just,
And you notice that when you get closer, that the baby in her arms is actually a doll.
she crazy. I still look concerning and I'm going,
I want to offer her some food and water. I tell you, here, miss, I think you might need this.
She welcomes it. She says, I haven't had a drink of water in days. I haven't eaten. I've been so torn up by this." So she takes the water and food and she eats it, and her demeanor kind of calms down a little bit.
where's Gertruda?
She says, "The devil took her.
Who do you have there in your arms?
This is all I have left of Gertruda. This is her favorite doll." And you kind of see that it has like kind of a cockeyed expression on its face. It's dirty and it's wearing like a knapsack, kind of like dress. Like
Did you see the devil take her, Gertruda?
the devil comes around every night. He's always around. That's what she says.
What made if the devil comes every night? Why was tonight the night he took Gertruda?
She says,
Oh, sorry, a week ago
Mhm.
from tonight. Why was that the night? What was different about that night?
She says, "I thought I had it all figured out. I thought I had her protected, but she got out somehow, and the devil took her."
Ma'am, can you tell us what town we're in?
You're in Barovia, the village.
Do you know of Madame Eva?
She looks at you, kind of takes a second to think. She's like, "That's the Vistani woman. That's."
Where can we find her?
She's at. I don't know. She travels with the Vistani. They live in camps. They could be anywhere. Why are you concerned about this? Why are you not helping my Gertruda?
I encourage Mo.
This is not I'm not here to help people with their emotional stuff. This is not my avenue.
So she
I
continues.
think this is more hopes.
Okay. She continues and says,
I look to, man, what's your name?
"My name is Mary."
Mary.
If she wants like justice or something, that I can help her with. But she's got to let me know.
Mary, we will help your Gertruda. We believe this might be tied to a curse that might be tied to your prince.
That's why we're here.
That's where she was taken.
To the prince?
She went to the castle. I just know it. I know she was taken to the castle.
And I put my hand on Mary's shoulder and I go, we will help you. This is what we've been brought here to do.
Mm-hmm.
By the light of tomorrow,
Tomorrow.
we will Savior.
And she looks up and go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Join my cult, bitch. Okay, 13. Persuasion?
Yeah. Plus 4?
Yeah, I think so. Charisma 4? Yeah, yeah. But also proficient.
Oh.
Wait,
Really? So
it
then,
says 6.
Oh, it's 6?
It says 20? Is that right?
no, wait, no, your
No.
charisma, that's not plus 4.
Oh, this is already plus
That
the
should be a
proficiency.
Okay,
That's
so
already
Oh,
plus
that's
the
right.
proficiency. That's
You're
why
looking at
I'm
your
marking
saving
it.
throws.
Sorry.
oh, you are proficient in your saving. Okay, so 17 total,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Mhm.
So she says, you'll save my Gertruda?
We will try.
She says, bless you. And you knight of Tamora. Oh, is that who you said? I've never heard of Tamora.
She's the one true God. Yeah.
Do you have a second to hear about that?
She says,
I'm trying to spread my religion.
she says, no, but I'll take a pamphlet.
This is the medieval, like, knocking at your door with the
God.
white collar and the. Have you heard of our Lord and Savior Tamora?
So she kind of stops her sobbing and tears are kind of dried in her cheeks. She says, here, take this. She hands you the doll. She says, this is all that she had. This is her favorite. Please, when you see her, give this to her and tell her that her mom loves her.
She'll be happy to see it. I'm gonna put it in my bag, like, in the depths, but.
So I'm standing by the window,
Yeah.
kind of just watching everything, kind of making sure that we're good, that no one's outside or anything.
Yeah.
But I want to let them know that we should probably try to head to the castle because it's dark and this devil comes by every night.
Do you say that out loud?
I think, yeah, we should try to go to
Okay.
the
So
castle.
Mary cautions you, and she changes her tone real quick. She says, you mustn't travel at night. You cannot travel at night. It is unsafe.
Is there a place we can stay?
She says, the only place in town
Let's
is...
go across town.
The far side.
Can't stay here, but
She says, on the other side of the town square, there's Blood of the Vine Tavern.
Alright. That's where we'll be if you need us.
They might be able to give you shelter for the night.
Mary, what was your daughter's name? Gertrude?
Gertruda.
Gertrude.
tell her to lock up everything and to cry a little softer because she's a little loud.
I heard you from down the street.
But yeah, we gotta go to help. Is there anyone else in this village besides the people at the tavern? I'm assuming.
She says there aren't as many of us as there once were, but some of the homes do have inhabitants. Some of them are full of creatures.
Creatures? What sort of creatures?
Yes. The devil's creatures. They're zombies and skeletons.
You've seen these creatures.
I've seen these creatures. The villagers, they were able to get some of them when the devil's creatures marched through the village. We were able to close them off in a couple of the buildings. We believe that they're still there, but they're not hurting us. They're not out.
Good to know.
You?
And is that nearby? Somewhere we can avoid?
Yes, you can safely make your way from Mad Mary's house to
Bad Mary.
Batshit crazy.
Crazy Mary.
I'm gonna put that in my notes. Batshit crazy.
Did I cast Spare the Dying? Like, well, it's a
It's a
cantrip.
cantrip,
Never
so
mind. I can. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, and I mean, she saw you kind of coming at her at the doll, and she just stopped you before you even
Mad
did it.
Mary.
Yeah, so you can make it from Mad Mary's house to Blood of the Vine Tavern without passing by any of these houses.
Okay.
Let's do that.
In fact, I'll let you know right now that they were able to kind of channel them into a part of town that, unless you go looking for them, you won't pass by them.
Okay. Well, that's good.
So let's go to the tavern.
Yes.
Get the hell out of here.
So you pass you pass a building on your right. That's the one with those torches that were illuminated. And as you pass by, you see a crooked sign hanging down from above the doorway that says Bildrath's Mercantile. Mercantile?
Mercantile.
It says Bildrath's Mercantile, but it's a dusty sign that's hanging off of one of the hinges. And then you make your way across the town square to Blood of the Vine Tavern. So when you look at it, a single shaft of light thrusts illumination into the main square, its brightness looking like a solid pillar in the heavy fog. Above the gaping doorway, a sign hangs precariously askew, proclaiming this to be the Blood on the Vine Tavern. So it's kind of a nighttime. You see a little bit of light coming out from inside the tavern, and other than that, you don't hear anything coming from inside.
I could use another drink, guys. Yeah.
You're also looking for shelter.
Yeah. A place to rest up for the night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. What time, Jim?
It's about 7 o'clock.
Okay. I would like to open the door to the tavern and walk in.
I follow.
Anyone know about fucking Crazy Mary? Can I just shout Crazy Mary? Crazy Mary!
You want to do this?
Yeah, I do. In the tavern. Crazy Mary! Anybody know this bitch?
Okay.
I have her in my notes. It's batshit crazy Mary.
Batshit Crazy Mary.
Yeah.
So you just walk in, you're like, what the hell's up with Crazy Mary?
Crazy Mary!
Crazy Mary. So first of all, when you look inside, you see a barkeep who's very stoic.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem to have much emotion on his face at all.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of almost embodies the word gray, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It does.
So you look around, and there's tables of just these drab-looking villagers that are dressed in moth-eaten clothes, torn, and just gray. Even their expressions are gray. In the back of the tavern, you do see a somewhat more lively gentleman sitting alone at a table. The only other people you see in the tavern are 3 colorfully dressed women who are going around making sure that everybody pays their tab. And so that's kind of what you see.
I go to the barkeep. Bar.
And all 3 of you, or just you?
I know what I'm doing.
I'm gonna get us a seat.
A seat? Okay.
I'll meet up with you then.
So he looks at you. Do you want to go with her to the bar?
Yeah.
Okay, so he looks at the 2 of you, and he looks down at you, kind of at Morin, kind of like grimaces a little bit. He looks at you, and he notices your horn sticking out from the top of your head, and he just kind of like gives you this weird, like, skeptical look, almost like
He's human.
he's human. Yeah,
Take a good look, why don't ya?
and he just looks down, and he says, "We don't serve your kind here."
I want to get up.
My friend.
I want to get up because I hear that. I'm
Okay.
paying attention to them.
Yeah.
I just want to put some gold pieces down
Okay.
and ask for 3 drinks.
Okay. So
I'm not upset.
You want to
But-
pay this bitch?
No, I want our drinks. We're paying him, so this is it.
okay.
3 gold's a lot of gold.
3 gold?
Yeah.
Okay. So you put down 3 gold, and he
I
looks.
like my flashy shit.
He looks at it, and he kind of just takes it, just with no emotion, just puts his hand over, grabs it, and slides it across and puts it in the register. And without saying a single thing to you, he just hands you the 3 beers, and he just looks. He gives you guys a second look, and you can tell he doesn't like you guys.
I give him a
I
dirty
wanted
look.
a whiskey.
You wanted a whiskey?
Mm-hmm.
He says, "All we got is wine or ale."
I see some whiskey over there, my friend. I think you can manage for 3 gold to pull that off.
He says, "I said we don't have any."
Take my ale and racist motherfucker. Take it
I just
off.
say, we're also going to need somewhere to stay for the night.
Okay.
Arrange that for us.
And he's just not even talking to you. But
We don't need him
the gentleman in the back of the room stands up, and he walks over to you guys, And he's a fair-skinned gentleman. He he's contrasts the grimness of everybody else in the tavern. He actually seems to be a little more alive, if I can use that word. And he walks up to you, and
Do we know the name of the tavern?
it's Blood of the Vine Tavern. And also, I would like to do a little bit of change here. I want to say that he gave you guys wine, that he doesn't actually, they don't serve ale in Barovia.
Alright.
Wine is much more common. Sorry.
Fits the tavern name better, too.
Yes. So he serves you wine. And the gentleman walks up. He says, he approaches you and he says, yes, don't mind him. He's a little skeptical of strangers.
Is this what we need to
So am I.
assume? Are we going to be treated like this by everyone here in Barovia?
He says, most Barovians are slow to trust. He says, but I can tell by the looks of you. And he looks you up and down and says, you guys are not normal travelers. You seem to be adventurers. Is that true?
In a way. Suppose you could say that.
Okay, he says, well, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Ismark the Lesser. The Lesser because I grew up in my father's shadow. My father is Burgomaster Colian.
Burgermaster?
Yeah, it's Burgermaster.
Burgomaster?
Oh, I'm sorry. So he doesn't make burgers?
He says, what are these burgers?
Never mind.
And he says,
What's your name?
but
my
he
friend?
says, unfortunately, my father's not doing much these days. He passed away 3 days ago.
I lean over and I say, I'm so sorry to hear about your lost person whose name I didn't hear. I'm sorry.
Ismark.
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 Ismark?
Ismark.
Ismark.
She's my friend. She's not good with names.
Ismark.
Ismark.
Pardon my friend, he's a little slow.
Yeah. Alright, hello. Ismark. We're sorry to hear about your recent loss.
Ismark. We're gonna need somewhere to stay for the night.
He says, I can shelter you for the night. I can house you. We live in the Burgomaster's mansion. Burgomaster's mansion.
I'm so writing Burger.
Yes, it's
As you were saying it, I was like, I know it's Burgermaster, but I'm totally writing Burgermaster.
I have it.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. He says, I'm gonna put the air on it. That's good, yes?
Sure.
Yeah.
Everyone.
I'm totally right.
It's
I know it's
Burgermaster.
Burgermaster, but I'm writing Burgermaster.
He says, there are plenty of rooms in the Burgomaster's mansion. He says, but I'm afraid it's not fit for guests at the moment.
So we can't stay there?
You can help me. You see, my father has passed away 3 days ago, and we need help transporting his body to the church.
I see. And where is he and where's the church?
The church is across town, and he says, we could have. I'm sorry, I couldn't have done it myself. It's just me and my sister living there now, and the two of us aren't strong enough to take it quickly. And if we're out, then we attract Strahd's eyes.
What's a Strahd?
Strahd. He is what torments this realm. He is what traps us here.
Trapped? What do you mean trapped?
No one can leave Barovia.
Can we leave Barovia?
I'm afraid not.
Sorry, what now? Wait.
I'm sorry. This is not what you want to hear.
No, Ismark. God damn it, no. But go over it again.
That's not what I signed up for.
Ismark, tell us.
Ismark, we're here because we're the best at helping people. And we need to figure out where Madame Eva. What's her name?
Yeah,
Madame
Eva. Madame Eva is. Do you know her?
Ah, yes. The only people who can go through the mists are the Vistani.
Where
Madame,
can we find them?
They travel through Barovia, but last I checked, there's a camp next to the Sur Pool. And the Sur Pool, it's spelled Tser, is a kind of fills you in. There's a river that runs through Barovia, and it's kind of a lake, but really just kind of a big like pond that the river feeds into. It has a bank that you can, I guess, stop and like wash and use for water. So last he heard, the Vistani were staying at the camp, just outside of town. I would say. Let's see.
Our boss like sold us to this place.
Yeah,
Y'all
that's-
realize.
I'm gonna.
It's shiesty.
Who is your boss?
Sir, boss of the Shroud.
I have not heard of the Shroud.
Have you
Good.
heard?
Then we're
Yeah,
doing
no.
something right.
Have you heard of Stanimir?
Stanimir. He says, hold on. And he asks one of the three women that are walking around. He says, Stanimir, isn't Stanimir one of the Vistani? And they say, oh yes, we would know our kind very well.
Oh, they're. What are they called?
Vistani.
Vistani.
A group of Vistani are called Vistani. A single Vistani is a Vistana. With an A.
Okay. Good to know.
And she
So
goes,
can you lead us to Madame Eva?
I cannot leave. Not with my father the way he is. We have. Please. And there's more. My sister. I don't know why, but something about her. Strahd has been visiting her. Nightly. First, he would bring his minions and attack the town. That's creepy as fuck. Clawing at the buildings, trying to break their way in. My father, myself, and my sister, we were able to hold them off with the barricades we built in the walls, but my father's heart could not take it. He died 3 days ago, and those attacks have stopped. Strahd has not visited us in 3 days.
Well, why would he want your dad? Or your family?
I suspect it was not my father that he was after.
It was.
What did your father do in his line of work?
I'm gonna scoot my beer towards him as like an offering to him, just 'cause I can tell he probably needs it. And hopefully he continues his story.
He wants the beer? He says,
I'm gonna give him my flask. Actually, I'm gonna give him that.
Ooh, that'd be good.
he picks it up and smells it. He goes, this is certainly from an exotic land.
It certainly is, my friend.
He says, normally, it's like, we don't have this in Barovia. The only way to get it is from the Vistani.
Okay.
And he says, I can have some?
Yeah,
She
have
says,
some.
and he says, thank you. And he takes a swig. He goes, we don't get much from the outside lands. Thank you. And he hands it back.
I take it back.
He doesn't get greedy with it, though. And so, this guy's clearly been through some stuff.
Can you tell us why your family would be targeted by,
Vistani?
No,
Strahd.
Strahd.
Yeah.
So the Vistani is like a...
So Vistani is the gypsy people. He's not Vistani, is he?
The guy you're talking to?
Yeah.
No. He's just
Ismark? We're still talking to Ismark?
Ismark, yeah. Ismark is Barovia. And Ismark, he's kind of tall.
What's his sister's name?
You haven't
Oh.
met her yet.
I don't know.
Oh, but yeah. So you asked what his sister's
Yeah.
name? He goes, my sister's name is, my sister's name is Irina Kolyana.
What is it?
Irina. Ireena.
Oh.
He says, and I fear the worst for her.
Why?
Strahd visited her in the night, and and I don't know what he wants from her, but I fear that with my father gone, we cannot hold the place. Strahd will take her. And I don't want to know what he's going to do with her.
Well, you ask her about it.
She tells me that her memory of it is very fuzzy. All she remembers is his deep red eyes, staring into her. She says he leaned in and bit her.
She's fucked. Where is your sister right now?
She's at the mansion. She's at my home.
Where's your home located?
It's close to here.
Can we get there tonight?
Yes, we can.
I think we should speak with your sister. I think we can help her.
Thank you. Please. Many adventurers have passed through Barovia, and not all are quick to help.
We've heard.
So do you want to do anything else in the tavern?
I want to settle somewhere before it's too dark because they're freaking the shit out of me. I don't want to be out anymore.
There are the last lingering glimpses of sunlight.
Let's go.
And Ismark sees this and he goes, we must hurry, let's go. So he makes his way, you cross the town square, you go past Vildrath's Mercantile and Admary's mansion. She's not crying anymore, so good for you guys. You head down one of the side streets.
Huzzah!
Where the crossroads, where the town square is in the middle, you go across all the way to the end of one of the streets. And you see a weary-looking mansion squats behind a rusting iron fence. The iron gates are twisted and torn. The right gate lies cast aside, while the left swings lazily in the wind. The stuttering squeal and clang of the gate repeats with mindless precision. Weeds choke the grounds and press with menace upon the house itself. Yet, against the walls, the growth has been trampled down to create a path all about the domain. Heavy claw markings have stripped the once beautiful finish off the walls. Great black marks tell of the fires that have assailed the mansion. Not a pane nor a shard of glass stands in any window. All the windows are barred with planks, each one marked with stains of evil omen.
What does that mean?
Blood, like claw marks, just darkness.
That was a symbol.
No. So he leads you up there and he knocks on the door, and you hear a voice come from the other side. And she says, "Go away!" And he says, Irina, it's me, Ismark. And she says, "Okay." So you hear the several locks unlock, and she's moving some things away from behind the door, and she opens it up, and what you see is a beautiful young woman. In fact, you're quite taken by how beautiful she is. In fact, you see why Strahd would be taken with her. She has long, straight black hair, blue eyes, and red lips. Fair skin. And go ahead and let's see. Who's in front? Who's right behind Ismark? I think we said you were in front of the marching order, right?
Yeah.
So roll a perception check for me, please.
20, that's a natural 20.
Natural 20. Okay. So you see as she turns to let all of you in, you see 2 puncture marks in her neck.
Yikes.
And she doesn't appear to be showing any signs of
Vampireism.
Illness.
Sickness.
Illness. Yeah. She seems
Transformation.
She seems to be very calm.
She should not be calm.
And but she has you all come in and closes the door behind you.
Yeah, why he visits her at night now.
And that is where we will end this session.
Oh, I was looking up vampires. I'm like, wait a minute. Holy
I was
shit.
gonna start killing vampires.
I'm like, vampire, do vampire's not
werewolf
in
shit.
here.
Yeah, or werewolf.
Yeah, I was with the werewolf thing for a while, but I
Oh
think it's vampire.
my god. Vampires are fucked though. Like they're so OP.
I would have just embraced that. I would love to be a vampire. Like a true vampire.
But
That's-
you're
yeah.
controlled by the person that makes you a vampire.
That is true.
And then if they ever die, you die too.
That is very true.
It's hard to kill them though, unless you're
It's
like.
true. It's really hard to kill a vampire. I was like, holy shit, no. Vampire. No.
Alrighty.
That's crazy. Wait, who's a vampire? Irena?
Irina.
Irina.
Irina. Holy
vampire.
shit.
So,
Maybe she's a
no, because I feel like they're. Well, I don't want to.
I mean-
you know too much. Like,
No,
about it.
I'm not going to say anything. You
I
guys
know, but
red eyes.
No,
No,
I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna say
maybe
anything.
it's a werewolf.
He's talking
but-
I feel like they're like in cahoots, like a
Wolf.
Abbott and Costello movie or something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Vampires.
Yeah. Like they got the werewolves scratching them, like being the minions, and like he's all.
Yeah, that's possible
Yeah.
too.
Because I don't know, I was getting heavy werewolf vibes, and the red eyes. If he's
Right.
a wolf
Yeah.
too,
Yeah.
or maybe she is, or some shit.
I got some werewolves on my side.
That's a good thing, though.
I know.
that happened.
I wish I was more explicit in my direction.
Or you pissed him off. I don't know.
I don't know.
If it's even him, I don't think it would be him because I don't know. Can they turn into?
We don't know if the werewolves and the
What do you guys know about vampires?
They have charm. They can
That's
like convince you to like murder your friends. They have like hella bonus actions too. Like if you choose to fight them, like
That is
they've got
all
like
true.
an action. Whenever you attack them, they attack back. Like
cool.
it's crazy.
And you can-
They're
you
like OP. So we can't fuck with we cannot fuck with vampires.
I feel like we will have to see.
we need to gain a couple levels.
I mean,
Madame-
yeah, we're level
yeah.
3. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
planning on
Madame
fucking
Eva, I feel like can tell us some shit and give it because she sounds like a gypsy woman, and so I feel like we'll be able to. Like it's taking fucking forever to find her. We were told that was the first thing we were told, and I have not seen this bitch yet. She was the first one I was hoping to run into, and so I feel like she'll be the one to be able to help us on how to actually fight a vampire / werewolf and or werewolf, whatever the fuck this thing is.
Or lift a curse or whatever.
Because my mystical creature is like it's very limited, but I know what I know.
Yeah. So I had so much fun. Hope you guys did too.
That was a good setup.
Yeah.
Yep.
And a good cliffhanger too. So it's got you guys thinking. And this is just the first chapter. So
There's a lot of things I want to do now.
yeah. So you know the setting. You get a feel for the vibe.
I feel like that's how a setup should be, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
no, it's going to be a lot of. I can't say, but it feels like it'd be very combat heavy next.
You didn't get to do any fighting.
No, I didn't.
You guys were going to fight the wolves. I wanted you to fight the wolves, but the way I see it is, if you guys roll
We
well,
befriended them.
if you guys roll, what's combat really, other than just a series of dice rolls, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're rolling dice to do spells and persuasion checks and
This
all
is
that
basically what she did.
stuff, that's combat to me. You know, it all serves the same purpose. Like, who says that you have to? And that's one thing with this setting, is you want to be resourceful, because just attacking things head on isn't always the best option. Sometimes it is. You know, and if you're ever unsure of something or if you need clarification, ask me.
Werewolves, vampires,
Yeah.
creature from the Black Lagoon,
Who knows?
mermaids. That's my, like...
I think your
That's
cape
my-
helped you with your persuasion check on the wolves.
Yeah, I'm convinced.
Yeah.
I think it helped just playing a character generally. Like, I feel like when you wear a costume,
Yeah.
it's easy
Absolutely.
for you to like jump into character. I don't feel like I play like a character that's really weird for myself or anything, but
So who's holding the doll?
me,
I would
have
like
it.
not to.
I'm holding it.
Okay.
So to get any sort of like
Curse.
Yeah, curse now starts with a C.
It comes alive and starts like scratching the inside of your
I'm
back.
gonna head back out if that happens. I'm gonna know about this whole situation. Sorry about that shit, Crazy Mary.
Batshit Crazy Mary.
Fucking crazy Mary.
You're just gonna hear like the doll start singing in the night.
I like just me walking into a bar going, Crazy Mary. Crazy Mary.
Oh, yeah. So cool.
Vampires,
So,
huh?
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Nice introduction to the setting.
Thank you. I'm sorry that most of like your business with the Shroud and the Thieves Guild and stuff, it may pop up again, but you're in a totally different area now. So
I thought it led into the story really well. I thought that was really.
It was like a movie. It was a very general introduction to a setting.
It brought us together. I think.
yeah, that's what I was hoping for.
But it also, in my mind, realistically, it would have been like the boss would have said, "I choose you, one, because you're the best." But look at what would have happened. Like they're unpredictable. They're not reliable.
Yes.
Go fight. I'm not convinced with this money situation though.
Right?
I don't like the way this is set up at all.
He just pimps us
I got
out.
100
yeah.
gold though.
For selling your shit though.
I know.
We wouldn't have gotten anything
You
if
got
you didn't
500 and I got 100 of that.
Okay, so I'm sorry about that. Yeah, let me go back and say that you guys work, when you work
Is this
contracts...
an amendment?
Yes, retcon.
We get paid after the fact or something.
Yeah, that's
All right, I'll go ahead and say that in addition to the 100 gold that he gave you, you also have a monthly like pay
Stipend.
You know, so if you're in the Shroud and you're working, you get paid for it. So
you should have mentioned that because I had questions. Okay, no, that makes sense.
Like,
though.
why the fuck
why
would I
would
do
I'm like, I'm not. Why am I leaving my town that my mom was here?
Shit.
My mom died here.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I'll go.
Okay, sorry about that.
Okay, but I get paid. Then that's
Yes, you get paid, and it's only
Significantly
it's a
different.
12-month contract, so it's not like you're not owned by him. He's not your slave.
Do we get paid double for that year? Then, like, are we heavily compensated?
Yes,
Because
let's
I
say-
feel like we'd
let's
have to
say
be.
yes.
As long as we get paid more than
We
the
can't
scrubs
fucking
that were
leave.
fucking up the house.
What's this
All right.
Barovia now? We're
Barovia.
stuck here.
Yep.
We'll see about that because I'm gonna get the fuck out of there. Try to tell me I
That's
can't.
spooky as fuck.
Try to tell me I can't. We're gonna make that
Or
work.
it won't let you.
No, nothing.
Okay.
By the light of whatever tomorrow,
Tomorrow.
we're getting the fuck out.
This one's yours.
Looking
Black
at
gold.
vampires.
Oh, black purple.
Those ones look like mine.
I think we have the same ones.
Yeah, they're the same.
Yeah, so I wanted it to be kind of like a movie. I wanted to see
Oh, it's
the
black.
intro to a
Mine
movie,
are-
and it's like something happens.
Something
then,
different than black, though.
You know?
Yeah.
The blue one?
Blue, yeah.
I got those.
Kind of. It's like a mix of the two. It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
those two together.
Oh, what the fuck? Yours are hella cool.
It's literally like those
the
two.
purple and blue together. Yeah.
Yours has purple and black, so that's the difference, I guess.
But those ones are blue. So
These are blue and purple.
it's that purple, but that blue.
I think these ones are less expensive than these ones.
So
I like that though. That's beautiful.
I want
in
better
conclusion,
dice, like
do you guys have
more.
any pressing questions?
Any pressing?
How do you kill a vampire?
Yeah, how do we
How do I get the fuck out of Barovia?
steal, right? Or
How do I
iron?
get
Is it
paid?
iron? For
What's up?
oh no, werewolves is iron.
Silver.
Right?
Silver.
Silver. So silver bullets.
That one's silver.
So if we have silver, we have gold. We could sell that
Trade.
for some silver pieces and then make like.
I mean, what are our daggers made out of?
They're made out of steel.
I
I don't have
actually
any silvered weapons with them.
I actually read that clerics are able to create holy water by using 25 gold worth of silver and spending like an hour on it or something.
Okay, well I have a decent amount.
Now
of
we know what we're
gold.
doing.
I think I have enough gold for each of us to have a silver weapon. You said
Holy water, I
holy
said.
water. Okay, I can make 3 holy
But
waters.
I mean, yeah, I figure it's probably.
So I think the next time we're definitely gonna find Madame Eva because I feel like
Yeah.
gypsies know. Gypsies know how to kill vampires and shit. I don't know.
They are the ones. Oh yeah, wait.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That's fine.
Oh,
All right.
Pretty cool, man.
That was a good session.
That was-